Hello, Internet. Hey. Welcome to Evrand number 50.
Woo!
That's right, guys. 50 episodes of this campaign. Hard to believe. If you go back and watch episode 1, I don't know if you'd think we'd be here at episode 50. In fact, half the characters aren't. So
yeah, but half of them are. And that's the half I like to focus on.
And the other half are still technically alive.
Hi. As far as we know.
As far as we know.
And half of that is surprising.
Yeah. Accurate. So I will get some stuff out of the way up front as we typically do. Sorry, we're a little late there.
A little fashionably late.
Oh, Jake!
Oh,
you with the words that come out of your fucking head.
There was a mishap with spoiled half and half, so we needed to remake coffee to get things going.
We did.
So,
because how could we start our stream without Initiative Coffee? Is that good?
Or Elderwood Academy!
What? With the rolling stuff and the drinky coffee?
Sponsors.
Oh,
they are
so good.
Great.
Check the link in the chat that Ted just posted if you have any things to click on.
And if he didn't just post it, he's about to.
I already did, but I did have something else. We announced it last night. It went live last night. But if you missed out, there's a giveaway going on to win the Hobby Store Collector's Edition version of Ghosts of Saltmarsh.
That looks so cool.
That's the main prize and a set of dice. The second prize is the regular edition version of Ghosts of Saltmarsh.
Cool, but not as
and
cool.
a set of dice. And then the third prize is just a set of dice, but it's a nicer set of dice than the other two because that's all you're going to get. So all you need to do is follow us on Twitch. Everything else is free.
If you want, we'll sign it.
If you want, we'll sign it, sure. That's really up to you guys.
I don't have a pen.
Well, we'll figure it out. It doesn't end until the 16th.
Oh, good. I'll get a pen.
A lot of time between now and then. Also, there's pencils.
Anyway.
Pencils. I'm going to sign in pencil. Oh, that'll work.
Anyway. But you can use Twitch Prime to subscribe to us here on Twitch if you want. That'll get you 10 bonus entries. But yeah, all you have to do, you can refer friends, and each friend that signs up via your link gets an extra entry and all that good stuff. So feel free to enter the giveaway if you have not already. It's going to end on the 16th, which is just about in time for the Acquisitions Incorporated book to come out for me to then do a giveaway of that, which will end right about the time that the updated starter set for 5th edition comes out, so I can do a giveaway of that. And I also have 4 copies of the OG starter set to give away as well. So we've got giveaways going for the next couple months. You might as well just keep subscribing with Twitch Subs Prime. Keep giving yourself all those extra entries.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
It's a giveaway bonanza.
Yeah.
I like that.
Thank you.
Giveaway bananas.
So we might even do something special if the party manages to make it to 54 episodes as the longest campaign. The longest campaign that we've ever had on this channel was 53 episodes.
Guys,
Rest
game
in peace.
53. We just find somewhere safe to camp and hunker down for it.
I mean, if
There
it
could
floods, I'll be
Oh my god!
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
No, we gotta pretend like it's not our longest episode. But then every episode after that's also our longest episode, so.
Oh, that's so much pressure. We should all just kill ourselves in this game.
That's fine. We can do that, and then I have ideas for a new campaign.
Oh, okay.
I have
Is it still in Evrand?
there's a whole section in here in this notebook called the Kingsdale Contingency, which is if you guys die, how we start the next campaign.
Ooh.
So
It's a good name, too.
It is.
Alliterative.
so I do what I can.
I like it.
Also, not that I'm going to encourage anyone to donate, but if they want to, we now have a new donation animation.
I'm gonna go out there
That's
and
good.
encourage everybody to donate.
Yeah, I mean, you can if you want, but I believe it
Good on
should
it.
be hooked up and working. So ideally, that should be a cool new thing that we just got made. Something a little more interactive with the screen, a little more flashy. So hopefully that works. All right. So what happened last time on Evrand? The party had descended below the Terror Dog Tavern. They had fought the Rat King, defeated the Rat King, and in traversing the one last area that they had not been to thus far, a great axe of immense power, literally charged with energy, was there, seemingly just waiting to be taken.
Mm-hmm.
Rick the Brick grabbed that, which caused the humming from the sheer energy contained within this axe, caused all of the mind mantles, a more mind-controlling variant of dark mantles, to descend from the ceiling in droves, along with one kind of mega sturge. And they fought off 100 mind mantles that attacked them all at once after having dealt with the Rat King.
Yeah, we kicked some ass.
It got a little hairy.
It was
Did
just
get a little hairy.
But we overcame.
We did, thanks not in small part to the hurdy-gurdy.
To the hurdy-gurdy,
Dirty.
the lightning bolt summoned from the axe itself,
Mm-hmm.
all these good things. So the party ascended back up to the top. They told Bertran that, heads up, dude, you're a werewolf.
Yeah.
Or a were-rat.
Wear something.
You're definitely a lycanthrope, so you should probably get that looked at. And we're going to bring you with us. We're going to head south to the Quartz Citadel to meet with the dragonborn. Ask them some questions. Someone there should be able to heal you. And then from there, we're going to catch a boat east and head to DiTherr. That was the plan. And they set out on the road and had a relatively, if I recall, uneventful traversal south.
Yeah, I mean, we most of it was us taking turns training Bertran.
Yeah.
That's true. There was a lot of training back and forth to try.
He wants to be an adventurer.
He wants to be an adventurer, and then they started to realize that
He's got were-rat characteristics.
his were-rat characteristics are aiding him in that. And he's like, this is great. Things are going so well. I'm so dexterous now. I feel like these blows are only glancing.
Nah, he's not gonna keep that for long.
No.
I mean, we'll see.
We'll remove that curse right down his throat, man. I'm going there and get that curse.
Is that all right? Anyway, so you had traveled for about 5 days, if I recall, from the Terror Dog Tavern, heading south towards the Quartz Citadel. So you continue down the Dragon's Spine, which is the name of this road that heads south, on the dawn of the 5th day. The road takes a slight pitch downward as you make your way closer to the coast. You see before you a massive spired keep, which slightly refracts the light. As you approach, you notice the angular nature of the buildings, as though they're all carved along the stone's natural cleavage fracture planes. I knew Sean was going to laugh. Child.
You're welcome.
Fracture. I get it.
Fracture. I just met her.
Oh.
The Citadel is a mixture of light pinks and milky white. And think the Ivory Tower from Neverending Story. Right? Kind of glowing, that kind of thing.
Really good energy coming from these crystals.
Mm.
Woo!
Woo! What was that?
$65.
What? Thank you.
I
Thank
believe those were all charges for Rick.
Wow.
Rick's at 14 charges right now.
Oh!
So donate.
Yeah. Oh.
Thank you, Ash,
Holy
for that
shit.
awesome donation. Hopefully,
Very
the new on-screen animation with the coins
That was fun.
was
That
cool.
was cool.
If you probably couldn't catch it on the first round, but those coins have a dragon on one side and the Nerd Immersion logo on the other
Wow,
as they
neat.
spin out.
Oh.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
Dope AF, I think the kids would call it.
No.
Not
They're past dope.
Oh, what are we on now?
I don't know.
Fleek?
No,
that's
past
even older
Fleek,
than
that's-
dope.
No,
So confused.
that is so 2013.
Yeah, I don't know what
Is
the
it?
correct.
It's back there.
Okay.
Fire?
Be surprised.
Are we past fire?
Oh,
Or
no.
Are things
Shit.
still
That's
fire?
burnt out.
Things clap. That's a thing, right? That's a.
Clap
Not
back.
back. I know
I don't
tea
know.
is a thing.
Tea is definitely a thing.
Tea is still a thing.
Yeah.
Like not coffee,
drink?
but tea?
No,
No.
like that's what you call it when you're gossiping. Like I got some tea. Like she's serving some tea.
Oh, no, I did hear that. One of the girls in my cohort told me that, and I was like, why?
Oh, someone had a good.
Explanation?
No,
'Cause
not an
what you're
explanation.
get-
had a good. What was it? It was. I think it was one of the moms from the dance studio. It's gone. I'll think of it.
That's okay. Let's get back
Get
to
back
fire.
to
Ooh, D&D. I love that.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, I've come up with a new. I feel like I don't know if I want to trade the sound effect, Bill and Ted.
I kind of
But
like
like it's
what?
coins, so like you could have like a raining coin or like a jackpot, like not without the jackpot sound, but just like the coins.
Mhm.
I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
I'm not veto that.
All right, we'll see.
I vote no anyway.
That sounds so OG at this point.
I mean, it is at this point. Anyway, so yeah, you guys can see this spire there as you make your way south down the road, and again, you're kind of coming downwards towards the coast region.
You think the people that live inside there are inspired?
I'm struggling between my desire to laugh as Sean and my desire not to laugh as Rev.
Oh, no, I'm driving the cart. That's right.
Oh, good, because I don't hear that. I don't care.
Okay.
That was just me getting back in the car.
I'm driving the cart because I'm proficient at it.
All right.
Oh,
Cool.
I'm attempting to balance.
So as you guys head further towards this, you can see that it's kind of as you get closer and closer to it, there is less and less flora around. It's getting more and more devoid of trees, of shrubbery, and almost going to, as you get within maybe 500 feet, it is just white sand.
Ooh, at this point, I'm going to poke my head out and yell to Rick, so Wave can also hear. You guys ever met anyone from here?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we definitely met some of the dragonborn of Bahamut.
Do you remember their names?
Not off the top of my head, no. No, but we met, they had a ship, and one of them was the captain there. And we met him all the way back up in Bricken's homestead. And I imagine we weren't terribly rememberable. Rememberable?
Not a word.
Memorable?
There it is.
No. Because I want him to remember me.
Yeah.
Remember? What were you remember?
Well, I don't want like a memorial. Rememberable.
Sure, whatever.
You didn't stick out in their brain.
It's possible. Also, didn't have white
Spikes.
or spikes. White hair or spikes at that point.
Okay, so the fact that you've met them before isn't going to help us at all.
Probably no.
Probably no. Good. Just
Pull
making
out a
sure.
piece of paper. It's like that.
Oh, that is a nice illustration.
Yes.
Let's keep an eye out for that ship then.
It was a cool ship.
All right. I'm gonna.
Can I attempt an intelligence check to try and remember the name of the captain of the ship?
Yeah,
You know.
I can attempt one.
What was her name?
It was
Guidance.
yeah. Wait. Let me give you the guidance since it's my thing.
Yeah, oh, that's right.
4.
Never. Yeah.
5, 10. Shit. It was a lady dragonborn. I remember that.
Okay, maybe you shouldn't lead with that when you get there.
Well, I'll just ask. I don't even know.
Female ship captain.
I'm just gonna go to the temple of Bahamut, which I assume they have here, and be like, "Yo, we
need
need
help
to get some curses lifted." And they'll be like, "All right, if you can pay money." And I'll be like, good, we have
a
money."
Veilguard fund, and this seems kind of Veilguardy-ish. Protecting the citizen.
It's true. I also have 4,000 gold.
That too.
Delwyn?
Delwyn. That sounds familiar.
It's in my
Delwyn.
It's in my other notebook.
I'm gonna go Because with it's a moot Delwyn. point.
Man.
If the ship's not here, then they're not here.
That's true.
So when we get closer, we can see if the ship's here.
All right.
Right. So as you guys, you're kind of now treading across these beautiful white sand beaches as you make your way there, and you can see that this
Does it smell like the ocean?
does smell like the ocean. Yeah.
I hate the ocean.
Of course you do.
And you can see that the spire itself, or the keep itself, Citadel, is surrounded by 2 ringed walls, and there is like a moat, basically, between the 2 walls before you can get into the Citadel proper. And you 3 who live on this continent can make me a history check.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to. Oh god, nothing happened.
It's gonna be an 8.
It's gonna be a 10.
14.
You, Rev, would know that there were rumors that the moat filled with man-eating eels.
Ooh, I will tell them that. So don't test out your new fun gills things there.
I'm looking to get rid of these. I don't like it.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, don't test it out in the eel water.
Do you think they could get rid of the webs, but not the dark vision?
No,
No, I also think no.
Yeah.
Uh,
that's not how divine.
It might.
As a child, I'm gonna let you know that this does not seem like something you want to have. 'Cause,
What?
Dude, the whole deal.
The whole deal. I like the dark vision.
I know you like it, but I think it's a bad idea.
Alright. I'll trust your judgment, Rick.
Yeah. Because there was an evil shrine. Yeah, blood magic.
Is that why you think it's evil? Because of the blood magic bit?
Also, the Kuto are a bunch of jerks. They invaded my homeland
Oh.
after we accidentally stumbled across them in their lake.
None of my business.
It's true.
I have questions.
We didn't start the fire, okay?
Okay.
Who did?
They did.
But they were in a lake. How'd they start a fire?
With flaming stuff. I don't know. I wasn't there at that point. They did blow up our stuff, though.
Oh,
So
that's a bummer.
that's how they did it. And also a lot of acid, which is like gooey fire. That burns.
Actually, good
Chemically.
description of it.
Anyway,
Good fire.
is there people standing guard or anything?
Yeah, as you guys post up, and as you get closer now, you can see that kind of attached to the outside of the citadel proper. And from what you can see, because again, you've got the walls here, but it looks like it may just be one large stone building, and it looks like it was carved from one solid piece, or at least that's the general conception you get from looking at it. And it seems like that's the main structure of there may be on inside the wall, there may be other buildings, but this is the main focus here.
All right.
And you can see up on the first kind of palisade wall, there are some people kind of milling about looking down. And the drawbridge is currently down here through the first gate, and then it's up between the two walls.
All right.
Can we see where the harbor would be at this point?
At this point, you can kind of guesstimate because it's kind of blocking your view.
Okay.
To the sea.
So you can see, the river, the Challenge River, is to your left,
Okay.
right? Because the river kind of runs sort of, not right next to it, at least where you're at right now, but it's got river access and then out to the sea.
Okay, so it's got river and sea access.
Yes.
Cool. That's nice. Cool. Is there a place to park
Finding the right map.
See, if you're over here, coming in here.
to park Little Rick?
Cool.
Yeah.
No, this is Spike.
Oh, this is Spike. This is
Yeah.
Little Rick's going
Little
on.
Rick's at the Velvet.
Is at
Yes.
the Velvet Spire.
Spike might as well be Little Rick though, with his name Spike.
No, this one has fewer spikes. It's
true.
Little Rick.
Little Rick has more spikes.
I don't remember.
You weren't there.
I took a couple hits to the head since then.
That's kind of your move.
I hit him with my head, and they hit my
That's
head
true.
with them.
You hit with your
Yes,
head a lot.
that is how words are.
I've always found them to be that way.
Quite.
Word.
All right. Let's keep going, and I guess when we get close to someone,
We stop.
Yeah, like when I don't think we should go through the gate, like to the gate, and then just be like, hey,
Anybody?
we have some questions, etc.
Well,
Et
do we
cetera.
just keep going until somebody tells us, like,
Well,
hey,
do we see any guards?
is there a place to
or-
park the cart? Is there like a stable or something we could bring it to first?
Not on the outside.
Okay.
I mean, the bridge that's down and the kind of the opening that would take you in is a pretty sizable thing. You could like your cart could go in and another cart
Oh,
could
it's
come
2
out.
carts
Okay.
wide. That's pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
All right, so we pull up to the first gate
Yeah.
and we stop. And there's just guys up on the wall.
Yeah, and
What's
the walls
inside the
are about 20 feet high.
All right, so we
you
don't
can-
stop like right underneath it, but we stop far enough back that we could like yell up to
drawbridge.
these guys without too much problem.
Drawbridge.
Yeah, you can yell at them. Yeah, there's 2 drawbridges. There's one here where you guys are
Oh.
at. There's a bridge down, a wall. It's actually, I guess it's not really a drawbridge, but anyway, there's the wall where you guys are at, and then in between, like think about a donut, right? You've got the wall, a drawbridge, the next wall, the moat's kind of in between, and like the center ring, and then in the middle part of the donut is the actual citadel.
Okay.
Did you guys know a donut has a fifth of the sugar of a 20-ounce Coke?
I had not heard that.
Oh, you're welcome.
This is new information to me.
Kind of makes me want a donut.
Yeah, I would
I
love one.
fucking really want a donut.
I would love a donut.
Ah, that'd be great.
Internet. No, I'm just kidding.
You should let me know. I could
This is a great stream. 50 episodes. We're gonna go
Woo,
get donuts.
did it!
Cumberland Farms has not the worst donuts.
It's
What
Bob's.
time of day is it?
I said it was at the dawn, so we'll call it like 8:30.
What time of day is it? Okay. Good afternoon.
And you see like them kind of they're having a conversation. You hear mumbled stuff, and they look down, and you watch as one of them on the right just sort of jumps off the wall, and with draconic wings extend out, and they just sort of
That's so cool.
That is cool.
lower themselves down, and you can
You
see
can do that.
I don't have the wings. I could fall.
No, I'm saying you could become one of them.
yeah, it's a thing.
You get wings?
You
become
could.
one
You
of them?
could.
And we'll get there.
I think they're gonna want you to be an adult before you do that, though.
So it
I'm very persuasive when I want to be.
this male dragonborn, he's probably about, you'd say like 6'3" ish, very muscular as he descends down next to you, and he's wearing full gleaming silver plate mail with a big symbol of a platinum dragon right in the middle of the chest.
I shuffle self-consciously. I'm kind of dingy.
And he's got and he's got obviously very draconic features. Which I will-
I feel instant respect.
Can I tell what he was before?
You can make me an insight check.
Ah, 7.
Not a dwarf.
I can tell he was not a dwarf. He's too tall.
Very astute there, Rick.
So again,
I don't take those
As-
insults kindly.
as point of reference, we can pass that around. So you can see that's what these
Rick
dragonborn
doesn't know
look
what
like.
astute means.
No, human, I guess.
All right.
Yeah. So he's pretty bulky though.
Or-
Right.
And you can see that his kind of draconic features of the face, he has a helmet that almost looks like a even larger metallic, almost dragon skull with the mouth kind of open
Nice.
on the head there, shield.
Is he covered in
Aside.
scales? Like that?
Yes, yep.
Oh,
I can
so they won't be
appreciate somebody
wanting
with
any
cool armor.
tattoos.
They might.
Do a tattoo.
It's a terrible idea.
Terrible idea.
So anyway,
Yeah, it's true.
It's true.
and he says,
Very true.
welcome to the Quartz Citadel. What business do you have here?
Yes. We came seeking a couple different things. We're looking to help our buddy who has been infected with lycanthropy, but it's still before his first full moon. We were hoping to find somebody with some information on older runes that we can't read. And yeah, we'd just like to be able to find someone who might be able to help remove curses.
And he says that is well within our capabilities to do. And he says, how many are you?
5 and our ugly chicken.
And our menagerie.
Yeah.
'Cause he's got a bunch of animals.
Yeah, I didn't count them. Pretty much the 5 of us and
Well, that's rude.
He must have been sleeping.
Rev dozed off. Had a dream. We're good.
5. There's 5.
I see. And he says, we will
6.
allow you entrance into the Citadel, but before you can see anyone and can truly be allowed to all of the inner workings, we'll need to make sure we vet everyone out, that all of your purpose here is for what's on the up and up.
All right, that sounds
Reasonable.
reasonable.
Sure.
She says, I'll be right back. Flies up to the thing.
That's cool too.
Majestic.
And you guys watch as like, and you see the bridge lower down, and you see him kind of like beckon through, and you guys can, as the bridge, you guys can go across the bridge, and you can see that a portcullis will, on the inner wall, will come up, and you can see down that, yes, there is water.
I look for eels.
Make me a perception check.
All right.
+2.
All right. That is a 20.
Okay. The water is about 30 feet down from there. You're pretty sure you saw something. Some movement in the water. What it was, you can't be sure. Could have been an eel.
Roll again, Jake. I'll help you.
What are we rolling?
One of you.
Man-eating eels.
I don't care.
No, that's not. What is it? Perception?
I don't care. It says show 'em.
Investigation?
Perception.
Oh.
24.
There's definitely something moving down there.
Alright. Keep moving.
What it is, though. Mm.
I don't know, man. Saw something.
So yeah, you basically make your way in, and now that you're on the inside, once you get through, and these walls are maybe 15 feet thick.
Damn.
Like, this is no joke. So it takes a little bit just to get through this. Whatever this thing was built for, definitely built to stand the test of time and be exceptionally defensible.
This looks almost as good as dwarven work.
How old is
Do you just,
I'm just
How old
thinking
is
out loud.
that? I don't know. I guess we could ask somebody.
Curious.
Maybe find
We
a
have
book.
so many more important questions to ask than how old is this?
Well, I haven't gotten to see a lot of this
So
continent,
you're
so
saying-
I'm interested.
That we shouldn't foster her curiosity.
No, what I'm saying is we should accomplish our goal before we start annoying them and they kick us out.
I don't think that asking. All right, if we find somebody who seems interested in the city's history, go ahead and ask. That seems like a reasonable question.
Maybe
Fine.
give
I know
me a go
you're
ahead.
antsy, and it's not like we're gonna go on a deep delve adventure into the middle of the library and fight the Book King in the basement of
Don't
the library.
Tempt fate slash dead.
He's writing it down. We're dead.
It's not like we're gonna get sucked into a book or something.
Do we see a? Ooh, that would be cool too. Do we see a stable?
I hate all of you.
Yeah, you do. You love us too, though. Yeah, you do.
Been almost 4
Great,
years.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going. What was your question?
Is there a stable on this side?
Once you get through the inner wall, you can see that again, probably 90, maybe 85% of the inner sanctum of this is the Citadel itself.
Oh, shit.
And it is, you obviously could see the spires from the outside, right? That's the largest, the big beacon. But you can see that there are almost smaller buildings. If you think about like a castle building up with smaller spires, that's basically what this is. But
It's
again,
full on Disney Castle.
pretty much, yeah. But they're all, again, it's all naturally formed from like seemingly one massive chunk of quartz, or maybe a couple different chunks. But like, so all the buildings, nothing is like a block, except for like the walls are clearly block construction. But this is all like, it's carved based off of the natural formations of the
Right.
stone.
That's cool.
It's like the Emerald City of Oz.
In a way,
Ah.
yeah, you could.
That's a good way to
Made out of quartz.
That is a good way.
Yeah,
Just
that's
quartz formation.
But you can see that kind of milling about out here, kind of in the main area. Yes, there are stables, and you can see, there's a couple of different areas with, like the forges and things are outside, right?
Right.
So there's kind of things that you would expect outside in a major keep, right? There's maybe some training grounds, that kind of thing. And it is a fairly expansive area from end to end. This is quite big, and you can see as you come in that there are 3 other gates
Oh, cool.
as well, similar. So you can get out on all 4 sides of this thing.
Nice. That way. That makes it very defensible. You pop out and, attack, and then run away. That's always been a good tactic. We go to the stable. We talk to the stable guy, and are like, hey, we got a stable arm. What kind of dinosaurs?
These Triceratops.
Triceratops.
And you can see,
For a minute.
again, another female dragonborn, very slender, is not wearing like plate mail like the other guy you had seen. She does not have wings. and she's wearing like leather armor. But again, even like the studs. Here, you can make me a perception check.
It was 7.
Just lose again.
This is the gale that doesn't work.
23.
Looks like the studs on this leather are platinum.
67.
Oh, damn, badass.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that makes sense because Bahamut is the platinum guy.
That makes sense.
And you can see that there are all manner of creatures. There are like war horses and things you would expect, but there are also some interesting creatures that you've never seen. None of you have ever seen that are more or less. Best way I can describe them is like a draconic horse.
That's super cool.
I have a picture.
Dragon horses.
Let me see. And you also see things that you would see that that are more common, like say, like drakes, are also here.
And regular horses. A couple dinosaurs.
Yeah, dinosaurs not uncommon here. I think it's.
Somebody's riding an axe beak.
Hey, Greg, how mad would you be if I bought a horse?
Me? I don't care. Wave might be upset.
I don't know. You didn't like when
I
you
think
got
you're
a horse.
literally faster than a horse, though.
Yeah, they just look super cool.
If you don't buy a super, you're keeper of your own money. You can do what you want. I'm not here to
you were
tell you.
ornery when he got a horse.
No, I was only upset because we had to get the horse on the boat,
Ah.
which is what we would have to do now. But we'll be in a port city with a gangplank.
Smart idea.
So,
Gangplanks.
We also haven't seen if they have any ships for us to.
Yeah, we gotta check that out first.
yes, but if there was a ship that we got, it would have a gangplank because we're at a port that we could go up onto it with. And we would probably be able to store a horse.
Yeah.
Might be extra, but it would be a lot more reasonable of a task. You weren't around when we had to store a horse last time on a ship.
It was a process.
Okay. I lifted that horse up.
That we did.
Threw his back out. I had to punch it back into place.
Why?
Because he had just bought, how much is that? It was like a 900
I think it
gold
was like
horse.
1,000.
It's like 1,000 gold horse. It's a nice horse.
It's
I disagree
really
with it
pretty
personally.
horse.
I think a horse is a bad investment. You take it out of the stable and it starts depreciating immediately. You know?
No.
They don't
What if you just,
maintain value.
Can you rent a horse
That is
like a trip?
categorically false.
and then give it back to somebody?
I don't know, because I don't know. That's why I don't know. You ever just not know things because you don't know them?
Well, you lived underground for so long. You don't need horses
Why do you
underground.
not know things then?
Because I haven't learned them yet. I don't know what that was.
That was my armor clinking
You can
against
sew.
itself.
It's
Kind of scrapey noises.
like this.
Oh. I don't like those.
Yeah.
No to whatever someone's about to say.
Wings though.
I don't
Wings.
like those. Nope.
I could fly.
No, I do.
Nope.
Okay, no, you're right. I don't. Also, I would only be able to murder it by riding it.
Yeah.
Also, some that look like this.
Oh.
Interesting.
I like those even less, actually.
They're feline in the face.
They are
Probably
feline in
more
the face.
like Chinese dragon.
Yeah, I got it.
I don't like them.
Cool.
All right, I talked to the stable lady. Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
If we were looking to stable our triceratops and our carts, we're not sure how long we're going to be in town, but we were wondering what the going rate was.
And she says, well, I would warn a guess that you haven't been interviewed yet. So I will keep them here under temporary housing. Once it's proven that you're going to be allowed to stay and do whatever it is you wish and you sought here, then we'll figure out what needs to happen.
Cool. Can I get you to give him some food and give him a quick rub down? He's been traveling a lot. He's been doing a great job, and I'd like to get him some rest.
I think that can be arranged.
All right, and I'll give her a gold.
Okay, I'll sure take the gold.
Take care of it.
Oh, you were going to ask me that.
Stable lady.
Well, 'cause
Stable lady number 1.
Sarantha.
Stabilla.
Ooh, I like Stella.
Well, because we always end up
Name
in
my dog
situations where we
Istabella.
try to remember names of people.
Hey,
You can't.
Stabby.
You never write it.
Stable.
Stable. Like Mabel, but stable.
Stable.
No, it's just the word stable.
I am stable.
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 There's more.
More Stable.
Stable.
Oh, okay. I got it.
STABLEUGH. Ugh. Ugh.
Don't think about it too much. If you're thinking about it, don't think about it.
Oh, that's great advice.
Okay.
So I just I flipped through. I was like, "That's a name," and that was a Kuatoa name. And boy, we're not gonna go with that.
Bloop bloop bleen!
Beep bop boom.
Blip blop bloop bloop. Blip blop bloop bloop.
We'll go with
Two bloop dop.
Flip flop.
Yep.
yeah, we'll go with Elthora. That's a dragon.
Elthora.
Wow.
It was it was
Pleeble
Bulditop.
Boop blip blop.
That was the name that I was like, I don't know.
I'm just imagining like a well-learned lizard or wizard, not a lizard, maybe a lizard wizard.
Lizard wizard.
Wizard.
Ooh.
Who knows Kuatoan and just like trying to like speak it like normal, like bloop bleep blop bloop bleep bloop blop sloop bleep blank.
Flip
Bee boo boo bop boo boo bop.
Beep beep boop bop boop
bop.
I'm drinking! When you all say something simultaneously, I know it's a SpongeBob reference.
So we leave Elthora.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
And
And you'll see the guy as you leave the stable, the dragonborn who you had seen originally is sees you approaching. Like you see, like a hand leave a hilt of a sword as you approach.
Good.
And he says, well, follow me.
All right.
And he will lead you, and kind of lead you sort of walking around in like a circle.
Everybody, scatter. No, I'm kidding.
Don't joke with her.
Scatter. No, I'm joking.
Hey.
I don't say that. I wasn't using the voice.
I should have picked up on that. I'm sorry, Jake.
It's okay.
That was my bad.
That's why we got this too.
That's why we got the stupid head thing.
It works so much better than anything else.
Yeah.
It really does.
I hate
Sean
how
hates
effective
how
it is.
well it works.
Yes.
So he leads you about like a start, kind of walking in a semicircular fashion around the outside of it. As you're walking through, you can see there is a forge. People are working, making armor, making weapons, and you can see there are some like possibly experimental crystal based accoutrement that seems to be not fully there yet.
Okay.
There are training grounds, people sparring with swords and things like
Is
that.
everybody a dragonborn?
Everyone is a dragonborn. You can make me a history check since you seem interested in the dragonborn here.
8.
Yep, all dragonborn. Makes sense to me.
Well,
We heard they're here. That's where they are.
they do that here.
Cool.
And eventually, as he makes your way around, you see he kind of like knocks on a section of the spire, and you'll see that it sort of like cracks along a plane and just opens up, and he says, "Come this way." He leads you inside,
That's good workmanship.
and it shuts behind you, and it seems almost like airtight. And you guys kind of walk in the dark for a little while but everybody can see in the dark, so it's not a problem. Into a room.
It's a terrible
And then
thing.
he leads you into a small, sort of angular, almost like hexagonal chamber. And he kind of stands by the kind of entryway where you came in. And he says, one of my superiors will be down momentarily to question you. If you have nothing to hide, I assume Zone of Truth is not something you would be opposed to answering questions about.
I'm fine with it.
Bertram's like, this is weird.
Bertram, sometimes you just gotta go with it, man.
He's like, okay, this is still weird, though.
Fair.
If you want to adventure, the first thing you need to know is everything's weird.
Okay.
Life's weird, yeah.
It doesn't get less weird than this is. This is mundane compared
Yeah.
to some of the shit we
Try talking to tomatoes. It's not fun.
Don't try talking to tomatoes. It's not fun.
Well, yeah. Either try it or don't. Either way, it's not fun.
By the way, it's
And the Dragonborn's like, yeah, kitty, it's weird. Also, well, he's like, I don't know about the tomato thing, but whatever. And about 5 minutes go by. You guys are just kind of hanging out, and you can hear it's very serene though. Like you are in this crystal kind of palace, and even though there is technically no music playing, the atmospheric music I imagine is like the ice crystal. When you go into Zora's domain and it's frozen over in Ocarina of Time, like that kind of a theme.
I like it.
You know what I
I'm down
mean?
with that,
Like,
yeah.
Okay.
kind of got the. I don't know how to describe the
Bell
type of.
tingling.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, yeah. You can imagine it. That's what it's like here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy almost.
Yeah, almost in a way. And eventually, from the kind of chamber, the entryway opposite you, walks in another female dragonborn. This one's significantly shorter, slightly shorter than you, Rick. And she is in flowing blue robes with a silver trim all about the outside, and she walks into the room and she flourishes a hand and summons forth a table, a chair she sits at, and looks to the 4 or 5 of you, I guess. They've got Chango playing on the PA system.
If only.
That's it. That's all it is.
That's all it needs.
So much. It's so much, but so little.
You save volumes in those 2 tabs. And she says, so, I hear you've come seeking aid with a few different questions and some magical curse removal. Is that correct?
That is exactly correct. We are currently attempting to track down an evil, which we have at this point traced to somewhere around DiTherr, but we have one of the artifacts from the ship that he was released from with us. We were hoping to get it.
Decipher. There are runes on the cover of it, and we were only able to decipher some of them. So we were hoping to find someone who could help us finish it so that we had more information to go off of.
That was articulate and insightful and helpful.
I can be when I want to be.
So she says, well, this all sounds well and good, but as per custom, I will subject you all to a Zone of Truth spell. Obviously, if you purposefully try and fight it, obviously that's one way to, I mean, clearly you've got something to hide.
Right.
But we all know how this works. I assume. Does everybody know how this works?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can't tell a lie.
Okay, cool.
All right.
All right.
That's what I imagine it sounds like.
But
But zone.
we are also subjected to this as well.
All right.
So that is the nature of the spell.
Cool.
So she will snap her fingers, and you guys feel the magical compulsion. It's a charisma saving throw. Is anybody going to try to succeed on this saving throw?
I fail.
I will
but
fail
I wanna see.
purposefully.
I got 11.
You would have failed.
See. But I do
I
just
see.
fail.
Sure.
I'm not gonna fight it.
Okay. Bertram doesn't
Ready?
know.
What kind of a
Ready?
Charisma.
Charisma?
I don't care.
14.
Yeah, you do.
If you pass the save we're not doing, all right.
Yeah. Just curious.
Bertrand's too scared. Bertrand's too scared to
Fight.
fight it. She is 13.
Ooh!
Bertrand's not gonna make it as an adventurer, guys.
Ah,
He's afraid of a person who's not trying to hurt
Not
him.
her, the magic.
Oh, okay.
'Cause he feels a magical compulsion that he's never. The last magical kind of compulsion that happened got him almost turned into a were-rat.
Fair. Still good.
That wasn't even really magical compulsion. It was just a chance to get something magic. learning a whole lot of life lessons in the past couple days.
Oh.
All right.
So she says, so I'll ask you again, under the effects of the spell, what exactly do you seek from us while you are here?
Okay.
Oh, fuck. Removal of a lycanthropy curse. These three idiots, I'm telling the truth, did a blood ritual to a Kuatoan statue we found underground. And
To be fair, we didn't know what we were
Can I finish? And now they have webbed hands and shit. They would like that removed. And we seek information. I think that was it. Those are the only curses we want removed, right? Just the ones from everyone but me.
Does our hair still grow 4 inches?
Yes.
Maybe that one too.
It's not
If that's a curse, we
blessing.
don't really know if it's a curse.
If I could get it done away with, I would.
Sure. Sometimes their hair grows and that annoys them, so they want to get rid of that.
Yours does
and
too, doesn't it?
yeah, but I'm not annoyed by it. And we also, those are the only curses we want removed. We were also like some help with just information. Like she said, we have a casket that this creature was confined in with magic runes. We'd like help so we know what we're up against, or at least have a better idea what we're up against. We heard rumors that our quarry is in the swamp to the east.
East.
Oh, yeah.
West of DiTherr, but to the east.
Of here.
West of the river.
No.
No,
that's
not west of the river.
It's
It's not
just
how maps work.
east
It's just
everywhere.
east. It's the eastmost part of the continent.
Oh, well. I'm not lying, I'm just dumb.
can
And you
lie
know
if you
that's
want.
true.
That's the long and short of it. The casket is in a magic carpet we have named Carl.
All right. Well, and that is all you seek from the Quartz Citadel, from the dragonborn?
Oh! We were also gonna see if we could get a ship to DiTherr from here.
We would pay you for that.
Of course.
We would pay you for whatever you want at this point.
If able. If not, we can go by land. But it's more convenient to go by ship if possible.
Well, I'll have to see what vessels we have available. We're not the most well equipped for sea travel. We do most of our work overland, but we do have a few vessels at our disposal. And she kind of looks thoroughly at each of you and says, travel with a child.
Yes. We do that.
She's proven herself in battle.
Why are you on this road, traveling as one so young?
Well, I spent the last 5 years studying at the Doton Abbey with the monks, and these guys came through, and I was super bored. So I decided to go adventuring because I wanted to do good in the world.
Wow. I had no idea.
Yep. The head of the abbey said that would be fine, so we got permission.
Looks to you and says, what about you? You seem like you have zero ties to this group.
Yeah.
Why are you still with them?
Kellamvor gave me a vision and a weapon to defeat evil, specifically this particular undead scourge. That's it. Yeah.
All right.
They're fine. Once you get to know them.
She says, how old are you?
12. What time of year is it? We haven't been traveling that long, right?
Like
I mean, it's
month or two.
Right, since the Doton Abbey?
Probably, yeah. Maybe a little longer.
It's been a couple months. It's been a few months,
Yeah.
I would say, with all the traveling that we've done.
Yeah.
Yeah, three to
the
4
stops at
months,
different
probably.
towns.
Sure.
I don't think that's unreasonable.
Excuse me.
Ew. I'm gonna say her birthday is sometime in the spring season.
So 12.
Huh?
So 12.
So she's still 12.
Well, let's see. Hey, actually, I think I have some notes here.
Rev's birthday was last week. He doesn't like to make a big deal.
Aha. That's good.
I said Rev's birthday.
This is
was last
before
week.
Brina
He doesn't
joined.
like to make a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
So Brina joined around like episode 20-ish. Because Brina went to Felliston.
Oh, I know. Right.
So it's been at least, Rev arrives there on the episode 29. It's been a few months.
Yeah.
Sure, time since then for sure.
And we're in like the winter season.
Yeah,
now,
you
right?
are on the 8 months out of the year, 40 days in a month. You are on, so it's been episode 39 was the first day of the 5th month. You are now on the 30th day of the 7th month, so it's been at least probably 3-4 months since you started.
3 or 4 long months. Cool.
So chat also wants to know, how old are you? You have to tell the truth.
12.
12.
Okay. Because
This has been the age that I've stuck with for most of the game. It was only the one episode that it jumped around.
it was at least 2.
Eh.
Chat says she's 12/16 years old.
Somewhere in there.
Because she said both of those.
I did. I did. Well, Brina was trying to make herself seem older so that they would be more willing to let her come along.
That's my headcanon.
That's my opinion.
And she looks to you and she says, and what of you? You seem as one who's seen many hardships in your time.
I've seen a few, but there are those who've seen worse.
I guess that's true. I mean, it is true, but what's your goal?
Well, I've dedicated myself to the Veilguard, to Bricken's Homestead and their militia, and to ridding this continent of the scourge that I unleashed, starting at Gouager, my hometown.
It's a lot of different commitments.
All for the better good.
You're gonna be able to truly provide as much as you need to all of these commitments.
I can hope and try.
Fair enough. And what of you, Sir Dwarf? You also seem as one who's seen a lot, but also maybe not at the same time.
I'm
I
not
often
sure what
seem
that
like
means.
that in real life.
Me.
What's your goal? What do you travel for?
Well, for a while there, I was just trying to not be home. Because it was getting kind of shitty at home. So I left Carrick Farron, and then I've been traveling with Wave, doing my best to keep him mostly undefeated. And it's just been a whirlwind of trying to do the right thing since then. Not always succeeding, but always trying. And making some mistakes along the way, but helping some people too. So, I guess running from my past.
This is a lot.
Well, I can't not tell the truth.
No, I know. I can't not either, but it's still a lot.
And she's like, well, I think it seems as though your intentions are true to what you say. Maybe a little bit more oversharing than needed, but, I did ask.
Mm-hmm.
So, well.
I'm nervous.
Okay, Rick, we still like you.
So, it's, again, I think we can easily provide you with the removal of this curse of lycanthropy. Should not be too difficult. Though, we'll see what we can do. So the three of you who have sacrificed blood to a strange god of...
I thought I had to, and then I told these guys not to, but they did.
Yeah, that's kind of their thing.
What to see in the
I was
dark.
like, hey,
Didn't really
I thought
realize what it was.
we were in order to retrieve the flowers from the gross water. I thought somebody had to, and they were all like, I'm not gonna do it. So I was like, I'll do it. And so I did it, and then they were like, oh, cool. And that was their whole
We
thing.
didn't really think it
And then
through.
later I was like, this is a terrible idea. So I went and decided to destroy those Kuatoan statues, because I'm pretty sure they were evil.
Well, we can look into that as well. And some of you want hair removal?
It's like a minor curse where
It's a condition.
while we like recuperate our strength, sometimes always our hair will grow 4 inches.
And not just our hair, like
That's a very
all
specific
over
amount of
hair.
years.
You can see, well, it's happened a lot to the point where I've got it down to like this is science. You gotta rest, but not like a sleep, just like a chill out. And then if you just chill out for a while, your hair it's not even like over an hour, it just fucking happens. And I don't like it because my nose hair starts somewhere and I don't know where it ends.
If you want to see it, we can rest now if you'd like. Chillax, as he said.
Well, we would have to wait an hour, so let's not do
No,
that.
let's not do that.
I'm just saying, if you were curious.
So you all want this Kuatoan removed?
I mean, if it's
Yes.
evil, then yes.
I thought it would help at the time, but Rick makes some good points.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna miss being able to see in the dark, though.
She says, we may need to have a conversation. So, well, why don't you...
Oh, this is Bertram.
Oh,
He's the
and he's like,
He's the were-rat.
to be. He's not yet.
it's like, I'm very scared.
You got it,
I
buddy.
peed myself a little.
That sums him up completely.
But I want to be an adventurer, but they're telling me it's weird and not great.
It's weird and scary. I didn't say it's not great.
It is great. I've always enjoyed it. But we did almost die
The guy in the back
several
chuckles
times.
as Bertram's telling us, spewing out all this thing, he's just laughing.
Nervous energy.
And she's like, well, why don't you all come with me? We'll head to a deeper area within the Citadel, to one of the temples, and we will have our clerics and healers relieve you of these issues. Or try to.
All right. That would be fantastic.
Thanks.
So she will lead and she'll snap and the table disappear, as does the chair.
Nice.
And she will lead you guys deeper. And again, it's sort of, winding. And as you're making your way through, it seems as though the stone is lit from somewhere behind it. So it's almost like a radiating glow as you're going through. And it is pinks and whites and like smoky blacks as you're moving your way through the stone. And she'll kind of veer off to one side. And you'll see that she'll take her finger, and she's a dragonborn, right? So they have, like, not claws that look like they could be offensive weapons, but, sharper things. And she will kind of, like, trace her finger along some of the stone and almost in, like, a crystal-like fashion rings.
Ooh.
And when a certain, you see that there's a certain set of tones, and then part of the wall will shift open, and she'll lead you through into one of the temples. And you can again see that in this area now, there is, whereas before it was pretty much just very open, bare stone. In this area now, there is a ton more of outside influences, a lot of iconography to Bahamut. You've got like a big statue of Bahamut that you can tell is crafted 100% out of platinum. Like this statue, easy 500,000 gold worth of platinum pieces here to craft this statue.
What?
And it's sort of like on the front, almost on a dais at the front of the... you are no longer under Zone of Truth.
Wow.
Just as a heads up.
That's not impressive. It's a lie because we're not on his side.
I get picked up on it.
And she will say, so, you're fine with your hair.
If you're curing it, fine. I just wasn't gonna whine about it.
All right. And she will say, and she will, you'll see some people will make their way over. People, again, you'll see some taller folks, skinnier, some smaller, a little bit taller than her, but slightly shorter than you. Some are like massive, hulking, even more so than the guy who kind of followed you in, even bigger. Some of them have horns and tails and things like that, but they're all still draconic in nature. Some have wings, some do not.
Okay.
And she will basically point out to each of them and basically give a person to each of you.
Oh, cool.
So you will each get your own, and she wants to talk to you. So, yeah, she will go to each one, or each person will go to you and basically just confirm what it is you want, what you're trying to fix, and do you want the hair? Because that was all you were asking for, right? Was the hair
that's fine.
removal. So they will remove curse. Your hair no longer grows every short rest.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I want both of them going.
And so the hair is easy. The Kuatoan curse. I have to make a check because that was a little bit trickier. That's cocked. Ooh, no. She tries, and like you see like the pulse of magic, and you look down, your hands are still webbed. And she's like, well, that's weird. That's never happened before.
Performance issues. Happens as you get older.
Okay. Well, thank you.
She's like, well, I'm not done. We'll see what I can do, but I'm going to give that a shot. So for you, hair removed.
Please.
And they're going to try to remove. And they are able, this male cleric, he seems to be able to get it. He's able to power through. And you can feel it sort of like these sort of good kind of light energy, kind of like battling with this, not necessarily evil, but just weird energy of this Kuatoan, whatever it is you have. And it forces its way out. We'll go back to you, Rick.
All right.
She's trying. So the guy that helped wave comes over. Doesn't do damage. That's outside of the box. They managed to get it together.
All right.
You get the feeling that because perhaps you were the first one to do it almost voluntarily, it was a little bit more difficult for you to remove it. They kind of just hopped on the bandwagon. You get the feeling your curse may have been stronger.
Ooh, I'm glad it's gone.
It's pretty good. It would have been really interesting if you didn't.
It's okay. I really don't want to be a Kuatoa.
Yeah, that's where we were going. I was waiting to start telling you about how like it's funny how you find yourself not blinking. Yep, all the time.
What's the problem?
That's very off-putting.
It really is.
Yeah.
So she will come over and she will remove the hair.
Cool. It's okay, I have a fake one I can put on.
And she's able to also remove the Kuatoan curse, and you see the webbed fingers rescind. You feel your vision, the dark vision you had leave. And she says, so I heard you mention that you're really upset now that this is gone about your inability to see in the dark.
Yeah, it makes it hard. Surprisingly, we get into a lot of situations where it's dark.
She says, have you ever thought about our eternal father, Bahamut?
I have not.
Well, let me tell you about him. He's pretty great. So we here at the Quartz Citadel have all devoted our lives to Bahamut and his ideals, and he sets us on a path to do things that are right and good, things that you all have echoed that you want to do. She says, I didn't always look like this. I was a halfling once. No. I was. And she says, but when after going through some harrowing times in my life, I found myself turning to Bahamut and his good graces, and I underwent the rite of, I want to say it's resurrection, but that may be wrong. And
I'm sorry.
I emerged as you see me now with all, and as a halfling, I couldn't see in the dark. Now I can. She says others, like Braxton here, and she gestures to the guy who you walked in with, manifest wings. Others still manifest the ability to call forth draconic breath of a variety of types.
I can do that. I breathe fire.
And she says,
I mean, it comes from a tattoo, but still.
and she says, well, some of us can do this. They can choose the element that they breathe. And she says, I find myself being able to not only see in the dark, but to see in scenarios of magical darkness, to see when I would be otherwise blinded. I find that I am resistant to things like magical sleep effects, as also paralysis. But that's the path that I chose, the aspect that I manifested. All it takes is a committal to Bahamut, encasing yourself in an egg, the shell that you make out of precious metals, which we have here. We could help provide that. And after 24 hours, you emerge anew as a dragonborn of Bahamut.
Do I have to stay in the Quartz Citadel if I do this?
No. It's just we have agents all over the place. We provide service to all of the realm.
But then one of that.
There's
Yeah, it's one of the abbeys.
She was just talking about how that she was a kid, and now she's like, "Hey, kid."
But like,
Hey man, you
scales,
recruit where you can get it.
scales would happen.
Yes.
Which means I can't tattoo myself anymore.
And she says, I wouldn't say that that's true at all.
Can I tattoo scales? Can I try? On like one of you guys?
And she says, well, I mean, maybe if your pitch is a little bit better.
Hey, Brad!
What?
Come here,
No.
please. I want to
What?
show off my tattoo.
Oh yeah.
It's actually
I
pretty
did that.
And she,
She's actually really good.
that's pretty impressive. She says, I don't see
I
why
learned from
not.
the
She
best.
says, some of our members have began looking into more ancient draconic magics of spell scale magic, where one carves their spells into the scales that they have for having access to this, to lose the need for spell books and things of that nature.
Cool. I'm gonna... Interesting offer. I'm gonna say no for now. Just because I'm 12 and don't feel like I should make this decision right now.
And she says, if you make that decision, you're...
Can I
Simple.
come back and take you up on it another time?
Of course, your simple human lifespan would be extended 4 times or more. You would still age as you would normally age to maturity, physical levels, height, and all of the like, but your lifespan would be somewhere in the range of 500 plus years.
What's your name?
Her name, I think that was Elthor, was a chick outside. Oh, I have a name for her.
This is the Zone of Truth lady.
The Zone of Truth lady, yes.
And who was the big beefy
Zone
guy?
of Truth,
Braxton.
yeah.
Braxton. Her name is...
Braxton.
Cast the spell up.
Castella.
Bella.
Yep. She goes by Casta.
Alright.
And she said, yeah, you know
Oh,
that
yeah.
there was one in the Abbey.
Oh yeah. Was he a but he wasn't a tattoo one, was he?
You never asked. You just were like,
Well,
it
what
was just
colors
like,
did he have?
I don't remember.
Oh, well. Oh, well.
I mean, maybe.
Forgot info.
Yeah.
Gonna happen.
Yeah. Interesting offer. Definitely will think about it.
She says, do you find yourself fighting dragons?
Well, there was this one time.
And she says, we...
Twice. That's right.
She says,
2 times.
as children of Bahamut, we are granted special boons against dealing with the spawn of Tiamat. We find ourselves better prepared to deal with things like frightful presence and draconic breath weapons. They're harder to land on those who have devoted themselves to the king of all good dragons.
Alright. Again, interesting offer. Gonna think on it a while. It's a big decision.
All right. Well,
Maybe I should. Do you have like a carrier pigeon? Or a messenger
To go to
hawk?
where?
Or a parent, like a letter to my parents in the Abbey.
Why don't
Be
you-
like,
why don't
hey,
you get
if
one
I
of those-
became a dragon.
The sending boxes
Sending
that
boxes.
magically
Oh!
talk to anyone you know on this plane of existence.
How much are they? But it only works once.
Yeah.
But they can respond. And a carrier pigeon's only going to work once anyway.
Yeah. Also, we won't be here when it gets back. If it's going to the Abbey or a different continent.
Also, I don't think pigeons fly over continents.
no, not overseas typically.
I'm 12. What do you
Several
want?
hundred miles.
And we're
What do you want from
we're
me?
just poking lots of holes in your
Yeah.
balloon.
Brina, what is your hesitation? Why don't you want to do it?
Well, I wouldn't look like me anymore.
You can just look like you, just with scales and a dragon.
Would I have hair?
No.
Exactly. Like I wouldn't I'd be a different thing.
Look,
Yeah, but you'd still be you.
Would you do it?
If I wasn't already devoted to a different god, and I didn't want to
See, this is why I
die.
wanted to think about it and
Yeah.
talk to people.
All right. If in another life, yeah, I'd do it.
What about you?
No. Nope. I personally am not going to do it. And I think that you're too young to make that decision. You might not be happy with it later. I don't think it's the worst sort of thing.
See, that's why I'm like, I think I'm gonna come back round to it at some point.
Maybe spend some time doing some research about Bahamut.
Exactly.
Make
Like
sure
I don't
it
know
aligns.
anything much about this guy, dragon.
She says you're in the right place to learn.
That is true. I gotta deal with this scourge first, though. It's kind of my first priority.
That is
That's what I signed on for. But when we settle down as Veilguard, maybe.
Yeah.
If we settle down as Veilguard.
I think this is
In the
like
area?
like an 18 plus decision.
Yeah.
I don't see a downside.
Roll me a percentile.
She's just a little kid still. So that's a good counterpoint, but that's just my opinion.
Fair.
She says, what say you, one of tortured past? You haven't spoken much.
I've gone through transformation, so
55.
How's that working out for you?
it's definitely benefited me. I could say that. I guess I kind of miss what I looked like, but I don't think about it much.
She says, what did you look like?
Like a normal human.
Oh, I can see why you don't miss it.
Right.
You, in this conversation, find a blue Oni mask. Rick.
Like Cult from Three Ninjas.
Yeah, or like the Blue Spirit
Bazooka.
from Avatar.
Yeah, but I wanted.
But
to
let's
make
go
a
from
I wanted to make a Three Ninjas reference.
You get the feeling it might look okay if it was spray painted gray. Can you roll me one too, there, Jake?
Oh, wait. Can you detect magic?
Yeah.
Just at will?
94.
Is magic? Is magic?
Nope.
Nope.
It's just a mask.
I put it on. Ooga.
You're kind of like Courage the Cowardly
that
Dog.
now that was magic. How that no response. Just
Thank you.
how do
I
you not?
don't care.
But yeah, because like I still have my whole family on another
It's
continent.
Rev, the
I feel like-
Unfeeling Tiefling Show. Starring Rev, the Unfeeling Tiefling.
Hi.
Hey, I don't know why I'm here, and I don't know why I watch this, but what do you want to know?
Who's Fenris? Fenrir or something? Who's Fenris?
How do you know that name?
The lizard guy.
Guess. That was my name.
I know.
Once upon a time.
Oh. It's a nice name.
Yeah, I liked it.
Rev is also good.
Reverence.
Sorry, Rev.
Thank you.
Wait,
you
I feel like I should talk to
feel
Bailey
your
about
egg
this
that you have. You have an egg, right?
I've got
I
2
feel like I
eggs.
should talk to my
Which eggs do you
family.
have?
I have the 2 stone or metal eggs.
Let's find a third one.
Yeah.
What?
They start to resonate slightly, very slightly.
Hey, can I just have this?
Cast a
Sure.
spell.
They love you.
Do you by any chance have a hatchery?
Yeah, I think.
Then why would it matter what you look like?
Or say
I don't know,
maybe
stop
a
all
frost
the
salamander?
reasoning, Rev.
She says we don't per se, but that doesn't mean we couldn't help. That's a very specific question.
Yes. Well, I have a frost salamander egg, and
Oh, I would explain it.
it's a little overdue.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yes.
Would you like us to take a look at it?
Sure.
100%. And she says, okay, in the meantime, who hasn't rolled for her reliquary recently?
I don't think that I have.
I got a 98.
I did last time.
Well, Celine.
I think the last time I did it, it was a bad one. Yeah, is it reliquary time?
It's reliquary time.
What do I do? D6?
Yep.
Wait, just real quick. How are we doing it? What's the breakdown?
I thought
Yeah.
we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or do we want to change that up?
No, I like that.
Or should we do 1, 2, 3? Like,
Or
like
was I gonna say
1 and
one-
4, 2
No.
and 5.
No,
One,
that's-
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yes. Good,
Huh?
Good,
bad,
bad,
ugly.
weird.
Alright. 3.
Bad.
Bad.
No! This way I should never roll. Oh, look, I did a 5.
A 2.
A 2! Good! Let's go!
No, that's not how it works though. Alright, who's rolling that Ted, are you rolling the D30?
I mean, I don't have to. Somebody else can roll. Who wants to roll?
Sean wants to roll.
Sean wants to roll. I saw him.
He's
He
getting
already.
it out.
21.
21. I think that's my first bad one. God
I like your bad
damn it.
ones.
My brothers are bad.
They're bad.
That's the whole idea.
Sorry,
that's
gang.
right.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
No!
I don't know.
Whatever it is, it's your fault.
I like it though.
Wonderful. That's gonna be fun for later.
Oh, no.
Okay. What did you roll, Sean?
98.
Damn.
That's a good roll.
Oh, Mistra.
3 bads in a row.
Fucking 1.
7.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
That worked. Mistra is mighty.
Yeah.
Letting it all hang out because she's a brick
House.
I'm a brick house.
You
She's
are
not
a
tomatic.
brick shithouse.
That's right.
You said 98.
I did.
It's a good number.
Just rereading the other one.
2.
Picture of me and Keldmore TPing his enemy's house.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
When'd you get that one?
2 games ago, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Chickies up.
And a giant pack of snickerdoodles. Ah, shit, I had a straitjacket. We should have just put Bertran in that, threw him in the back of the cart, not had to deal with him.
That's an option.
Nah. That's the wrong
Yeah,
thing
that
to do.
seems neat.
Is it?
not very
Yes.
Veilguard-y.
I'm not part of the Veilguard.
It's not very nice.
I never claimed to be.
It's true.
Who hurt you, Rev? Why are you like this?
My entire family was slaughtered in front of me by masked tieflings because I wouldn't choose sides in the war.
That's
That
it's
explains a
terrible.
lot.
I'm very sorry.
Yeah, that is why I'm like this.
I thought we would just not talk about it. You were having dreams about it.
Yeah, I dream about it every night.
You find a small cage.
Mm.
There's some sort of energy or something contained within this cage. You're not sure what it is.
Alright.
You don't like it.
I don't like that. Oh wait, why am I talking like Rev?
That's how much you don't like it.
Wow. You're like rubbing off on me, man. It's scary.
I don't think I've ever said the word man like that.
True.
You also
I
get the
never
feeling
seen
whatever it is that's in there really wants to get out.
Oh!
Don't let it out.
You got a bad feeling about this?
Yeah.
Got a bad feeling about
and I cast this as well. For the meantime, it seems as though we've dealt with the issues that you have
The big
currently.
ones, sure.
But you wanted to research this whatever it is.
Give me is there enough space for me to empty out Carl here? Because it also has the armoire of invulnerability in
That
it.
is true.
And some
And the
random
sarcophagus
stuff.
and a bunch of random stuff. So I just want to make sure the room's big enough.
Yeah, it's big enough.
Yeah, give me a second. Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, you all watch as he beats this rug, and things just appear from underneath it,
That's the casket.
and everybody's just like, "That's strange."
Yeah, the carpet or the casket?
Both.
Or the armoire.
All of them,
Fair.
all of the above.
Fair.
I'm
Start
gonna
cleaning up.
put Carl over the armoire.
And all the other stuff.
I don't know how big the carpet is. I don't know if it can fit over the armoire of invulnerability and all the other stuff.
Put all the other stuff in the armoire.
Oh,
that's a good idea.
Let's protect it.
We've
Do we
never
know what all the other
opened. We've
stuff
never
is?
opened the armoire.
Yeah, we did. We found the vest in it.
Oh, good point. So yeah, we'll throw the other shit in there and then
Okay.
it'll go away.
And she seems very interested in this runic covered sarcophagus. And she says, so what was your plan for this? You wanted to just know more information about what it is, what it does, what exactly did you want to know?
So do you guys want to take this? Or you were there? I just heard you talk about it.
So this is the sarcophagus that Osler was released from. I was trying to open it because I sensed magic, and in a rush, I didn't check what kind of magic.
That's unfortunate.
Yes.
Very. Wave, may I interject one thing for clarification? Because I thought you had said when we went back to Gouger that whatever was crucified was what you saw in the sarcophagus.
Oh, yes. So then it was Chiron's sarcophagus.
That's what we're thinking.
Thank you.
Which we think that Osler trapped Chiron in and was absorbing his power from.
So we think the sarcophagi was like some kind of a
Magic siphon?
Yeah.
kind of.
Magic energy siphon.
I mean, they don't exist in this world, but like a battery.
No, you know, cell batteries are a thing, so.
Oh, okay.
But when this sarcophagus was open, which we think held Chiron, whatever happened next ended in the wholesale destruction of Gouger.
It was not pretty. We had to go back there.
There were flayed
I still have
men
nightmares.
and fires. Like picture the Nine Hells. Pick whichever realm you want. One of the fiery ones. Put it in Gouger. That's what it was like.
Interesting.
It was carnage. So our tentative plan was to take Osler and put him in there and then shut it forever.
Try to trap him in there.
Or kill him.
Or kill him.
But we don't know that works.
I'm
'cause
gonna
he's
try.
dead. I don't know how that works.
And she says, this is going to take some time.
That's fair.
So we'll have our best minds pore over this and see what we can discern from the etchings, and if you want, they'll ask for you to stay and provide assistance with anything else that you know, so that you can kind of all come together and figure out as best an idea of what this thing actually is.
Okay.
That seems like a good point for a break.
I'll put in that I was not even a cleric, I was an acolyte in the Temple of Kelemvor, and I got this vision and the name Osler to go, I got the vision to destroy this, the vision of them, and it was right around the same time that this whole shenanigans happened. So it seems like Osler was released around then.
What's that?
That is a bit donation on Twitch.
Twitch bits!
I'm very worried about what I did to us with the reliquary.
I'm also very worried about what you did to us. You do bad things.
I'd be worried.
I think I know which one it is.
Anyway, maybe. Anyway, Internet,
There's a
thank you
couple.
guys. We'll be right back. We are going to take a short break. Again, we don't have our BRB cam. We do have our version that we used last week, which is what we'll have to use. Actually, I think we have that. Maybe it'd be only on Evil Game. If not, I'll have to change it to get that. But anyway, we'll be right back. We're gonna go get some more coffee. Thank you again so much for the donations. Hopefully you guys like the new alert we had. We're gonna be looking to get cool new alerts for all other things as well, for subscriptions, for follows, all that good stuff. We're working on it. It's just trying to come up with interesting things that you can see. Thank you, Flint Doublebrook, for the cheer as well. You guys are great.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. That really all depends. Hi, Internet. We're back.
Yeah. We're talking about office politics, which is boring. So we're going to go back to playing Dungeons and Dragons, which is fucking awesome.
Tis. Quite.
So, they spend the time. Takes the better part of the day. Between everybody asking for your assistance and providing information, everything you saw, everything you've seen, all that stuff. So, I would like you all to make intelligence checks.
7.
18.
15.
What'd you get?
18.
Self-guidance?
Oh, well.
On a straight intelligence
No.
check.
You just have white
Yeah, you're
lips.
Oh no.
Well, that was actually enough.
I get it.
The group check total was 30.
Okay, good.
So you two,
Yeah, we did it.
you did it. There you go. There you
Get the
go.
mustache.
Yes.
So, with your assistance, you are able to gather. That's the wrong page. They basically tell you. They're pretty much echoing everything that you had said
Okay.
thus far. It does seem to be some sort of siphon or transfer device that is used to draw from a source contained within and transfer elsewhere. And based on what's here and what you've provided, it does seem that indeed that is to give, whatever prom night in Evrand. No, it's our 50th episode, so we wanted to dress up. Whatever is contained within, as long as something remains within there, its power is siphoned continually over time and transferred to what you now know to be Osler. So as long as something is in there and alive, right? So if you were to put a human inside the sarcophagus, once the human's life force was fully consumed, that transfer of power is no longer there.
Okay.
Or something short-lived, right? Like don't put a bunny in there. It can die real quick.
Well.
Question.
Yes.
So if it wasn't Osler who was in the sarcophagus, do we know, what Osler was doing in the world up until this point?
That's a good question.
What was your question?
Nothing. No,
Oh, okay.
That's good.
I like that one.
Let's answer that question.
Let's
Yeah,
take that
you know
question.
what I mean? If he's undead, clearly he'd be,
About.
he's not subtle.
So
Unless he was living in a swamp, which he might have been, but,
make me an intelligence check.
That's my swamp.
I'm not good.
Get out of
Guys,
this
Shrek
fucking
has been Osler
swamp.
the whole time.
Oh no.
+4?
It would be
I
all
feel
over that.
so lucky!
How lucky are you?
Not as lucky as I would like to be.
You have 13 charges.
13? I'm gonna use one.
I'm gonna use 4.
12 charges.
That's better. 21.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm at 12.
Correct. Charges. So, I have to check back in my notes, but if I recall, no one ever said in any of the conversations that you had that Osler was undead. Osler was a powerful necromancer. It was assumed that he was undead based on what Wave had seen. It was never
But if he was siphoning like energy off of this person, then he could just.
because if it's an undead, the assumption everyone was thinking was lich. That was a common assumption. Souls are fed to a phylactery, a lich survives. Wouldn't need something like this because that would be only one soul.
An undead's life force is getting pushed, their immortality, into a living creature.
And you would also, following that same train of thought, an undead creature is, I mean, certain undead creatures, right, like say a lich needs to provide souls or it goes dormant.
Right.
But that's not the case for all undead. Different ones have different capabilities. You know, like a zombie will be a zombie forever, right? You know, a skeleton will be a skeleton forever. So things like vampires need to feast on blood, and there's different things have different capabilities, but some undead just persist. So an undead's life force or strength is theoretically never ending, as long as the right kind of undead is being channeled. All the conversations was Osler was a very powerful necromancer
Okay.
doing horrible things using necromantic magic. But
Not necessarily dead himself.
he, you know, that was kind of what had happened.
Okay.
Chiron was someone who, as a warrior who rose up to fight, a warrior of martial and magical skill, rose up to fight Osler. They had a massive battle at sea. Both disappeared. Neither were ever seen again.
Until now.
It was also potentially, and you had, this was something I think we had sort of very briefly touched on, but it was never officially, I don't think you guys ever officially figured that out, that originally the markings on the ship and all things around it were a means of magical protection, supposedly to help ward off necromantic magic. And the sarcophagus itself had been altered. It had an original item. I'm pretty sure I remember we talked about this. There were a set of runes on it, and the way things were designed seemed like it originally had one purpose and had been altered to do the purpose that it had now.
Okay.
Its original purpose was containment. And whatever was going to be placed inside there would never, as long as it remained sealed, would never be able to leave. It had since been magically altered to contain but siphon. And the magical signatures here seem as though Osler did this shift, this change, to have it continue to provide power to him.
Would we be able to get it changed back to just containment?
Yeah.
That's beyond the capabilities of anyone here. That is high level, like,
Shenanigans.
that's pretty high level abjurative magic in general to do what was originally there. Then it was altered hundreds of years ago. Thank you for the subscription, Petey. Was altered with high power necromantic dark magic to do what it's doing now.
So
You need to undo that and then make sure that once that's undone, the original magics are still intact. That can be done, but that's a very specific set of skills to have that.
Does anyone at the Quartz Citadel know
Liam
of
Neeson.
someone that might be able to do this? Like, do they have any like connections with in the world? I don't know.
I think we should focus on killing him.
I agree. I'm just
They will
seeing if
tell
this is a
you
possibility, just in case.
That
Like, what if he's too powerful? We can like trick him into the case.
that here on Evrand, your best bets would be, if you're gonna go that route,
Yes.
would be maybe the elves, right? They've been around for a long time. Some of them may have been around when that went down.
Yeah.
You know, maybe there were people there who worked on the original, right? Possibly. I don't know. It's an option. The Clower is a tower supposedly run by a very powerful, some say crazy, some say aloof mage that has the capabilities that every time anyone enters it, it's always different. Regardless, you could walk out the front door, walk back in, the entire layout's completely different. Someone who has that kind of magic is gotta be powerful and understands something. At the very least, weird magics. So that's an option. That's probably going to be about it on this continent.
Okay.
You would know
Mhm.
the continent that you're from has, in the main city that you're from, has a very powerful group of just like an arcane library and mages, like a mass mage guild that just collect knowledge. So not only, so like the Abbey is a collector of knowledge here, but they're also a collector of knowledge for knowledge's sake, but also discipline and training. This is sort of that, but with a focus purely on arcane magics.
Gotcha.
So that's another option. If you were to go home, you could probably find something there. Somebody, some old timer, graybeard may be the kind of guy there you might want to look for.
Yeah. But we're already here, so.
Correct.
Alright.
Yeah.
Is there a way, since this is a siphon, to Osler? Is there a way to use that to track his location?
Ooh.
They'll tell you that it's impossibly. Again, it's interesting and strange magics. They also don't know that, like, once the seal was broken, you know. Also get the feel that they kind of tell you that it seems as though the design was probably one that no one thought would ever be tampered with, because who would do that? You know what I mean? Like,
I wouldn't.
they tell you they're not sure about the range of this, and since it seems like, based on, you can see, and when they point it out to you, the scratches and the alterations in the magic don't seem meticulous, as though done over a long period of time with careful tools and in the optimal setting. It seems like it was done relatively quickly.
Like at sea as a ship was sinking?
More or less, yeah. But based on that, they don't think the range was significant
Okay.
on how far you could be from the source of power.
Okay.
Far, but not continents away.
Okay.
So wherever Osler was to receive this power source had to be a modicum of, you know, nearbyness, close by, to get that power.
Alright.
Is there a chance that you could put something in there that would negate, instead of giving power, would take it away, or send like negative energy, something that might nullify his magical ability if we put it in there?
They'll tell you possibly, but they don't think that it's not currently active.
Right.
And they're not sure that if you put something in there, it would be.
Okay.
Because were that possible, probably wouldn't have left it there.
Yeah.
Would have just taken it
Right.
with them and, you know, reactivated it.
Okay.
I'm gonna let them know that I'm wearing the amulet of proof against detection and location, and maybe there's some way that if I were to take it off, Osler has tried to see where I am before, and I was actually able to fight it off.
Mm.
But
And they said, well, if you take that off, he'll know where you are.
Mm.
Doesn't work the other way.
okay.
And they say no one here. They say they will tell you that people here have access to magics like the spell scrying and things of that nature. And they could try it, but they're gonna probably go out on a limb and say if he doesn't want to be found, he's not gonna be.
Right.
Like, he would have the capabilities to. It's not a very high level magic to block yourself from scrying. It's like a 3rd level spell.
He also hasn't been seen in hundreds, thousands of years.
Correct.
So, if it was that easy, someone would have found him.
And yeah, and they will agreed, but will also say the thought process was it was a mutual destruction. You know, no one had seen either of them, so you know, it's kind of one of those no news is good news scenarios. No one heard hide or hair of him or any of his capabilities. So perhaps he was content to just continue living.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's weakened and he was using this to gain power. Although it sounds like from what you said, he literally almost brought hell to earth.
Yeah.
So it sounds like he was probably upset, at the very least, that his source of power was broken.
Yeah.
And then was upset enough to take out that frustration in a very noticeable way to then bring eyes back on him.
Yeah. All right.
And again, they'll echo again things because they've been keeping tabs and things you guys had mentioned that the dragon flew north around the time that it was supposedly he was found into the swamp. And they will, again, as experts on dragons, that black dragons typically lair in swamps. So it seems as though something made this dragon leave, and he would be something that could do that.
Do you have any information on where the dragon's lair was? 'Cause that'd be a good place to start looking.
They'll tell you that there are ruins of some sort of ancient civilization in the center of the swamp. Rumor has it that there are subterranean structures that go beneath the swamp, whether those are true or not, but that may be seems prime real estate for someone who's trying to stay hidden, but also is one that can get there and not be bothered.
All right.
So we don't really need the sarcophagus at this point.
Nope.
You guys want it for research or whatever?
You know, we can hang on to it for you. We don't
Put
know.
it somewhere where people aren't gonna.
Be hurt by it.
Yeah. You seem to be of good intention.
If they say we can hang on to it, I mean, it's we can find a place for it. I don't know what more information we can gather from this.
Right.
The type of magic involved here is not something I guess we could study it as a sort of like getting a better understanding of your enemy kind of a scenario, but we wouldn't employ this kind of magic is in direct opposition to what we stand for.
Cool. So throw it in the basement and forget about it.
I mean, isn't it made out of
It's gold. It's copper, yes. I'm sorry, it's copper.
precious metal?
It
melted down.
is,
It's
yeah,
good
and they
shit.
will say, the amount of eggs that could be forged from this.
Take something evil, make it into something good.
Many children could be born from this.
Yeah.
Cool.
Consider it a donation from the Veilguard.
Yeah. Hey, that's a donation from
Triple scoops.
Triple
Hey,
scoops!
scoops!
That is a lot of ice cream.
Oh, I want ice cream now. And donuts.
Donuts, ice cream.
Donuts and ice cream.
Guys, next week I'll bring in donuts.
That-
Maple ice cream.
Could be
That'd be nice.
that's like a PG-13 R-rated movie for PG-13 swear. That's an ice cream.
Cheese.
Monday to
rice.
Friday plain.
That's how I get through all my
Sugar.
donuts gift cards. I'll
Yeah.
buy donuts every week.
For now.
Munchkins or big donuts?
Until they stop.
I know.
Big donuts.
Big donuts, yeah.
Until they stop.
Why
serving
not
donuts. The world's our ice cream.
Strawberry frosted is my favorite. I'll just throw that out
I
there.
like jelly.
Jelly? What do you like, Pat?
Boston cream.
Boston cream.
Boston cream.
So I think this is a good time for us to continue on.
Boston
All right, so we'll start
cream.
we'll go to DiTherr and head towards the
The swamp.
swamp from there.
Any word on the ships?
In the time that you were there, they say they do have a small vessel, nothing massive, nothing, like if you were, say, assaulted at sea, this is a ship, this is like a local travel ship made for speed, not for,
It'll run away.
Yeah.
That's a good thing to do.
Or the lemon.
don't try and, you can, but this is not a
Little scoop.
ship designed for
Put
ship
Rick
warfare.
in the ballista. Ha!
It doesn't have it.
It's a great idea.
Oh no.
I'm the torpedo.
Donuts does Claire like?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'll have to ask because I know, my mom always buys me Boston cream and forgets that I don't like chocolate. Then Claire ends up eating the Boston cream donut, so it's just like my mom has it in her head that Claire loves dark chocolate, so she always buys her dark chocolate for every holiday. So now Claire likes dark chocolate, but I don't know if
If that, yeah.
it's an association thing.
Ask her.
I'll ask her. Yeah.
Very cool.
Which came first?
Casta.
Mm.
Is there anything we could provide you as not? I don't want to say compensation, but thanks for all you've done to help us in our quest.
They say, she says, obviously the donation is appreciated. But no, this is what we're here for. Bahamut brought us here to this world to do good, has created, this is what we serve for. Those of us in the dragonborn, we do not take lovers. We do not have children. We are here in this world to protect and help the innocent and do what Bahamut wills. This seems like this will benefit everyone, and that's something that he and we can definitely get behind.
One final question. We have a Triceratops and a
Cart.
Thank you.
Carriage.
I was like, it's not a chariot.
It's a carriage.
Carriage. And a carriage that we assume we will not be taking on your small boat.
Probably not going to be something that'll fit on there.
So, are those something that you could make use of?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, if that's something you're willing to part with, it's not that's not a
sure.
small investment.
No.
I mean,
it's not mine. I don't care.
all right.
It's yours.
The only other thing or in opposition to that would be maybe having someone bring it back to the Veil Guard.
That's not a small trip, but if it's, I mean, the Veil Guard and the Brigade have done work in the past over many, many years ago when they were both around. It's probably not a bad thing to reestablish contact and friendships. We both seem to want the same thing. We serve more of the realm, you serve more of a localized area, but we're not in direct opposition to one another. In fact, we should help each other.
I
We help
agree.
each other grow. This may be an
The
opportunity
perfect
to see
opportunity.
what's going on, see the operation as it stands currently.
For sure. I think that would be great.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of get a network of good going. Maybe name it something different than the network of good. But yeah,
I actually like the network of good.
the network of good. It's
And
very...
goodwill.
We'll think
I don't know
about
if that
it.
makes it
No,
better.
guys, here it is. Because, so goodwill,
The NGW.
you're trying to promote goodwill. You could say that you're hunting for it. So I think goodwill hunting is a great name for this.
Ooh.
The social network of good.
Oh, that's better.
All right.
She said, we'll think about it.
The Book of Faces. Because they're all good guys. Should look it up.
Yeah.
You know how that works. Cool. Let's start because I have to be somewhere.
Okay.
She says, do you, she's like, can't promise that we have anything here at the moment that we can provide in direct assistance for your mission, though we may be able to, I don't know, perhaps there's some things we can spare. I don't know. I'm not in charge of material goods.
It's okay. If we're going to DiTherr, which makes sense from a
There's a fair
map
amount of
point
things
view,
you can get there.
we can supply up there. We are capable of providing for ourselves at this point. And,
All right.
we appreciate the offer, but
Come back if I would be very curious to see how it goes. And you,
Before we leave, you got any literature on Bahamut that I could take with me?
and she just laughs. She says, "Of course." And she'll conjure forth a tome,
Cool.
and there's the platinum dragon and you, and she hands it to you.
Thank you.
um
Add it.
lastly,
Add it to my collection.
the only thing actually which we might need would be a sending box. So in case things are not going terribly well, or even if things do, we can get in contact with you guys. Like, oh, hey, we're dying.
And she says, "I'll see if we have them. Those are things you could easily procure in DiTherr."
Then we'll deal with it there.
Sure.
Sure.
Okay.
Yes. Thank
What about your request for a hatchery?
Yes. It still stands.
I still request this.
And she says, we do raise draconic beings here in assistance for our needs, whether they be for training purposes, for as mounts, or perhaps we, in a very rare case that we come across a abandoned or left metallic dragon egg that we are able to nurse back to health. We do have hatchery facilities. Frost salamanders are slightly different. They're talking elemental versus dragon, but perhaps some of the things we've used to, hatch silver dragons are at least cold temperatures. Perhaps they may be similar and what you need. We can try. How long have you had this egg?
A couple months now.
And what have you been doing to ensure that it...
I've been keeping it cold.
Okay.
I have this chill plate armor, and I've also insulated my pack to make it colder. I've read this book, How to Raise a Frost Salamander,
This is what
front to
sounds like a
back
book
several
you should read.
times.
That's good.
Yes, and I know it should be colder than normal temperatures to hatch this thing.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I don't know. You both sound like you're in a rush, but also not. So now, what's the plan?
I'm in a rush. She's not.
If you're in a rush, I'm in a rush.
I'm somewhat in a rush.
If you're leaving with us, you're in a rush.
Yes.
So then, no.
No.
All right, so
Speak it. Okay. I mean, we could see what's going on, but it will take some time. I mean, at least the rest of today to assess the scenario, whether or not it's feasible.
when's the next tide where we might be able to leave on the ship?
I mean, you could probably leave this evening, but we would need at least that much time to assess this egg scenario. I mean, there'll be a tide tomorrow morning that you could leave on as well.
I mean, if we're not dead, we could always come back.
I agree.
And my worry is if we spend the time here to hatch your frost salamander and then head off to fight Osler, it might not make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd have to leave it. We'd have to leave it somewhere, and then
That's expensive.
Fair.
And
expensive. And if you're trying to train this thing, it's going to be trained by someone else,
Correct.
and then it's not yours anymore.
I agree.
So
all right.
All sound points.
Yeah. So we'll just keep it cool on our person for now, and maybe we can work on it someplace else at some other time.
or even back here at some other time.
Yep. All right. Yes. So if you could point us in the direction of the docks, we would be very grateful. And
Thank you.
thank you for everything. We really, truly appreciate it.
I'm gonna scribble up.
Is there a barber around?
And she says, yeah, I think we can find one.
All right.
Why?
I'm gonna
Gotta
scribble
get
up
rid
something.
of most of my hair.
I have shears. We do it right now.
I know.
I've had shears literally this entire time.
I know, but it's not gonna all grow back again. And I've seen sometimes you do fine, sometimes it's kind of a half job.
Oh, so you're concerned with appearance?
Yep. That's why I got rid of the curse to begin with.
Oh,
So I was concerned about it. Also, just the intermingling of hairs. Like sometimes, you pull on your leg hair and like you feel it on like coming from your ear.
no,
I mean, you didn't, but I did.
gross.
Why do you think I got rid of it? So it's not a big deal. It's kind of a big deal to me.
I was just gonna write up
Go get a haircut.
on behalf of the new Veil Guard. We'd like to extend our hand, I guess, or our whatever, in an alliance with the Quartz Citadel. Make it official and
Sure.
maybe have a stamp or something.
Okay, yeah. Well, you don't have a stamp, but you can certainly procure one at some point.
Custom stamping.
It's an important part of D&D.
Maybe.
But you have your Veilguard rings,
You
right?
get the ring.
Does it have a Veilguard symbol on it?
Veilguard symbol is basically
It's just a shield right now.
it's a shield with like a red outside and a yellow, like a gold inside.
Yeah.
Like, so red shield and like that outline, and then inside that is a yellow outline, and in the middle is just white. So on a ring, it just looks like a shield. It's just pushed into a piece of wax or something.
But then perhaps we have someone who could put some ink over that.
It'd be a very long job to do it with wax.
Yeah.
It's a 3-step process. But sure, yeah. I mean, why not?
All right, let's go.
All right, cool.
I'm gonna say goodbye to Spike and then go to the docks.
I'm going to say goodbye to Spike and then go to the docks.
I'm gonna say goodbye to Spike and go to the docks.
I'm just gonna go to the docks.
Bertran's like, bye.
I was about to say. Like, yeah,
Bye, Bertram. Good luck.
Bertram, don't turn into a dragonborn. You're not allowed to have sex after. And I'm going to leave.
good advice.
And he's like, I don't know anything anymore.
Then you're on the right path.
Like, okay.
A wise man admits he knows nothing.
That's not true.
That is true.
Oh, that's
No,
all
it's
right.
Yes, an intelligent man thinks he knows lots of things,
Sure, why not?
An intelligent man does know lots of things.
but he also thinks that.
So he
That's-
thinks the truth.
Yes, but a wise man admits that things are constantly changing, and therefore knows nothing.
No. There are some things that a wise man would definitely know.
Nope, that's not how it goes.
Sounds
All right,
accurate.
whatever.
Okay, goodbye.
Whatever, I'm not going to argue with you anymore.
Bye, Bertram!
Yes, I am using Dragonborn lore from 3.5, although I updated it into 5th edition myself. So that's what I've been using. And in my homebrew world, the Dragonborn, the Abiran Dragonborn from 4th edition and the ones that exist in the core rulebook of 5th edition, they don't exist in my homebrew world because I hate those Dragonborn. I think they're a waste of a race.
They're just lizard folk of another skin.
No, they're not. Lizard folk are better.
That's true.
They're like shitty lizard folk.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I prefer the Dragonborn of Bahamut.
They're like salamander.
So I use those. There's an option for the players to choose as a race if they wish. And I figured why not make a big section of the world based solely on them. Because I find them interesting. The reliquary did not happen. It's in place. But
It's on deck.
it will happen.
All right, let's leave.
Alright,
We got a ship, or we're going
Yep,
to find a
we
ship?
got a ship.
we got a ship.
Okay, cool.
We go wait at the docks, find
Yeah.
the captain?
You do find a captain.
Is the captain a Dragonborn?
The captain is, of course, a dragon.
That
Is it a
makes
female?
sense.
Oh, it's a male. His name is
You
Wedlan.
guys know.
Wedlan?
Wedlan Mooncaller is his name.
Wedlan?
I'm sorry, it is a female. Let's make it a female. Yeah.
Lady Wedlan.
She has like a big brimmed hat with a big feather plume sticking out of it.
Quite dashing.
Yes.
Is it magic?
She's got a magic ring, magic dagger, magic gloves, a magic hat,
Mm-hmm.
a magic cloak,
All those things.
and she's also magic.
How much magic?
Are all Dragonborn magic?
Oh, you mean like are they all?
Do they give off a magical?
No, not in that way. Not in that way. Oh, she's also got some potions on her that are magic. A wand that's magic.
Happened again. Shit.
She is
Stupid.
short, like
that's
gnome
been
size,
big.
but a dragonborn.
Do you think they get super offended if you call the short ones like, hey, you kobold looking motherfucker?
Yeah, probably. They
Probably.
would probably
Be mad about
very
it.
upset about
Yeah.
that.
Maybe they just let it go, though, because they're above it.
Sure.
And you would know with your monocle
Mm-hmm.
that she's a 12.
Ooh.
Nice.
We're in good hands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She, has her scales look a little like you can just tell they look a little thicker than not all of the other ones you saw, but several. Like hers are providing extra protection.
Cool. Like a natural sort of armor.
Like yes, like a significantly natural sort of armor, in such a way that she. Goddamn, 3-5. And that she doesn't wear armor.
Cool.
All right. As we board the ship, Rev is going to find the darkest hole he can and spend as much time as he can kind of meditating, praying, getting all Kellenvory because he thinks
Psyching himself up.
he thinks he's getting closer to the goal. So just fucking guide me, bro. You saddled me with this adventuring party, and I'm doing my goddamn best to serve you, but over like several days.
Okay.
Rick's gonna offer his services cooking. Ooh.
Looking for the gift subscription.
Ooh.
Juicy.
Petey.
Brina will continue to practice her monk things, offer people tattoos if they want, and read about Bahamut.
Oh, I feel like on a sailboat, it's a good place to offer tattoos. You should highlight your
Be like, hey,
sick-
Bev,
Gotta watch
come here.
the motion
Hey,
of the
Bev.
ocean.
Drag him out of his
I
dark
said
hole.
offer. It's not a great place to do them, but sailors.
They like tattoos.
Uh.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Wedlan, she'll get one. Why not?
Cool.
And you can now see how this works on scales. It's a little trickier, but you have adamantine tools. Or, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Or masterwork tools. That's what I'm sorry, not adamantine.
Yeah.
But either way, it's able to
Get through.
Yeah. It's a little tricky at first because when you're working on it, you realize that you'd still have to, like, you have a base canvas color of her scales that you have to, similar to what you had to do with Rev, right? You had a purple skin base that you need to work around.
What's her scale color?
It's like a platinum-y, like a silvery purple.
Cool.
Cool.
You know who this dragonborn reminds me of?
No.
Jarlaxle.
Yeah.
Because of the hat with the feather.
The hat with the
And all the
feather
magic
and all
shit?
the magic shit.
Oh, that wasn't planned, but it's...
And the purpley hue. Just,
Yeah.
that like clicked it all into a spot. And I was like,
It's not Jarlaxle, I promise.
that's
but-
good. We don't want Jarlaxle.
I'm so glad you guys didn't try and kill Jarlaxle and Out of the Abyss.
That would have been great if we'd done that.
Suggestion. Don't teleport away.
I had contingencies. Because I was like, these motherfuckers are going to try and kill him and take all his magic shit.
No.
So I had to find out what all his magic shit was so I could use it so you couldn't have it.
Yep. But it would have been silly to try to kill him.
Yeah.
Didn't make sense in the context.
No,
of the
and
story.
Droop wouldn't have killed Jarlaxle. There was no real reason to.
Mikaj wouldn't have either.
I don't think there would have been a...
The only time Mikaj did any sort of undue murder was all those.
Oh, Jarlaxle's evil. Like, you could have easily been like, he's an evil drow.
Yeah,
We're
but
going to kill him. He has cool shit.
we were trying to be sneaky.
Yeah, at that point, yeah. Well, I didn't know what you... This was before the episode started.
Ah, okay.
I didn't know you guys would be so successful at sneaking around everything.
We did a great
Yeah, you
job.
did a great job.
That was the most surprising part.
Yeah, how well you did.
Yeah, sneaking about. Okay. Yes, you guys are sailing. It's...
Not too far.
No, let's see. It's probably... say 100 miles by sea.
I've walked 5 times that.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. So anyway, it's gonna take you guys ship travel. Where is that on this stupid thing? Wow, why is this never in a place where? So we're gonna say it would normally take you. What can you do? 100 miles a day, 20 miles or so. We're gonna say it's gonna take you like, I don't know, 3-4 days. Cool. At sea, barring any issues at sea or any rough weather or things of that nature. So on day 1, why don't somebody roll me a d20?
Pat, do it.
Yeah, Pat, I agree.
That's a 17.
Should have been slain.
So the day goes on for the better part of, it's probably the evening or so. And things seem fine. The weather is breezy, but partly cloudy, so it's still a little chilly, right? You're out on the ocean. It's in the later months of the year, so it is a little bit chilly out here. But for the most part, not too bad.
Not too bad.
Not too shabby.
Make me an insight check.
I get 10.
Okay. You're focusing on trying to commune with Kalimvor and basically why you do this to me. why you put me with this group. Why are they so keen to take every little side quest and not complete the mission? One job.
Just one. Must be one job.
Yep, just one. I'm not even supposed to be here today. 10 days away from retirement.
Oh, don't say that.
But that cage that you got, and you know, the more you're around Wave, he really does not. You just have this like almost physical aversion to whatever is contained within this cage. Almost like it's some sort of like, I don't know, antithesis to your person, this problem that's yours.
It's the desert.
Yes, it's the desert contained in a cage.
Oh God.
And you just don't like it. And you, over time, you start to get, it's starting to like get to you too while you're at it. And you're like, I don't really like this thing. I'm not really sure how to feel about it, but it doesn't feel good to have it either.
Okay.
Over like the course of the one day.
It's what?
It's a Horcrux.
Yes, it's a Horcrux. You figured it out.
It's the desert in Horcrux
Oh,
form.
this is easy. We'll go to Osler in the swamp. Ready? Open the cage. Unleash the desert.
No.
In the swamp.
In the
In
swamp.
the swamp.
Now
No,
it's
man.
sandier.
No,
I take my 3 resonating
Oh.
eggs and I like bring them closer to each other. Do they resonate more?
It's
How
more like
much?
a vibrate, like pretty significant. Like it's less like a audible sound and more like a vibration.
I bring them kind of close to each other.
They're significant. Like it's like really, it's almost hard to keep them that close. Almost like magnets. But
Alright, I'm not gonna do this here on the ship.
Where'd you
middle
get
of the
those
ocean.
eggs from?
I just found them.
Ah, fun.
I found
3.
2 in Westwick,
Mhm.
and then just found the other one today. I
Ah.
was like, "Hey, you guys want this?" And they were like, "Nah, you take it." I was like, "All right, that's obviously a sign that I should take it."
So you took it.
I did.
I assume.
Why is it when I tell you to or not to do something, you don't take that as a sign to do or not do it?
Because I asked first. If I ask you if I should do or not do something, and then you're like yes or no, then I take that as a sign of something I should do. Or
It's
not.
not just a question that I answered. It's a sign of something.
Yes.
Oh God.
Well, I do often listen to you and your opinions.
True.
And I often take your advice to heart and do or not do things you say.
All right. Fair enough. I apologize for my attitude there. I
That's
got a little heated.
I understand that despite your cool exterior, you can often have strong opinions.
Yeah. I'm not subtle about that.
No.
Okay. So when we get to DiTherr, quick shop
Off to the...
off to the swamp.
swamp.
Trying to get to the center of the swamp.
Yeah,
Right?
If we deal with Osler, then we have time to do anything else.
Yeah. Sure. Whatever. Don't care. As long as we deal with Osler.
First.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Get some holy water or something.
Why?
Sprinkle it on him after he's dead.
Why? I was just gonna chop his head off.
Oh, alright. Well, you know more about this than me.
Yeah. Holy water doesn't do a lot against most things.
Dwarven holy water can.
Isn't that alcohol?
Yeah.
Isn't it highly flammable?
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. Highly flammable.
Ooh,
Holy
with
water's
holy
better.
water, fire breath.
Cool show.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean by done, but sure. Yeah.
And
Well done.
as this goes through the night,
Crispy.
not only does your feeling of intense hatred towards this ball of kind of like, it's like, so imagine like a bird cage and like a ball of color shifting energy that's like ding, 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 bouncing around. Even though it looks like it could probably fit through the bars, it seemingly can't. Wants to get out, and your feelings of hatred towards it they just mount over time.
I'm gonna tell Wendelin about it. Or
Wedlan.
Wedlan. Thank you.
And she's like,
I don't like this, and I know this is your ship, and I'm not saying that Reverend is in any
Reverence.
Reverend. Thank you. Reverence. Reverence is in any wrongdoing here and keeping it, but I don't feel comfortable with it.
then she goes, I'll be honest, I don't care about it. So that sounds like your problem.
I like her.
Fair.
I'm gonna look at it. Do I know what this thing is?
Make me a perception, Arcana check.
1.
21.
You're not sure, but it seems like it's Wave's problem.
Seems like your problem.
Okay.
Go back to cooking. Fucking know what that is, though.
You also get the feeling something or someone is watching you.
I'll be watching you.
Watching you.
Could I insight check to see if it's Osler? Or yeah.
Sure.
Can you see the wave tonight?
No.
10.
Celery.
You get the feeling that
Again.
you know you have this necklace that provides protection from magical sight. So if it's Osler looking at you, he's got to be within physical looking at you distance. Could be.
I'm gonna make an investigation check to try and find what's looking at me.
Sure. Make an investigation check.
Like, is there a hot or cold feeling if I go over?
Is it the bird cage it's looking at?
I don't know. You're not there.
I am there.
You're cooking.
Oh, it's true.
9.
I'm making soup for the crew.
Oh, that's nice. I don't know. It's just unnerving. You got that hair standing up on the back of your neck. Like anytime, when you're busy doing things, it doesn't bother you as much. But as things start to calm down, and you're starting to it's quieter, and you're just kind of waiting for things. Waiting for evening to come, waiting for dinner. It's just that something, I can't put my finger on it, but something is watching me.
The paranoia. Can't let it defeat me.
Yeah, it's definitely some serious paranoia. That's for sure.
Okay.
That's the first day. Cool. Second day.
I make soup for everybody with my ladle.
Nice.
It's been a week.
Roll me a d20, Jake.
All right. 12.
Okay. Things go by pretty much on par for today. But
Fish and chips for lunch.
fresh fish, we'll say. Again,
It's decent.
that cage.
Do I still feel paranoid?
Oh yeah. Worse. Whatever it is.
What if we put the cage in Carl?
Sure.
Mm.
I don't care.
You're not a fan of it either.
Yeah. I don't care. Sure.
Okay.
Alright. I do that.
Okay. Cages and Carl. You feel slightly better, but you still feel like something's watching you.
Mm.
Is that a bird cage of invulnerability?
Yes.
Ah!
It's a birdcage of inescapability
Ooh.
unless you open it from the outside. It's also this big, so it's not very
the
big.
Tiny version of Osler's sarcophagus.
Yes. This is Osler's pet bird.
I see, I fucking knew what it was.
Birdsler.
I was gonna say
Birdler.
Bosler, the bird.
Bosler.
Bosco. The bear bird.
Nope.
Don't
No.
blaspheme.
That's fair enough. I keep cooking.
Okay, you go. It's a better part of the day. You still feel like something's watching you. Celine, roll me a d20 on the third day.
12.
You guys wake up and one of the crew is gone. No one can explain it. Just
Okay.
missing completely.
Oh shit.
What day are we on, did you say?
3.
3?
3.
Mm.
Should be 4 days total. to get there.
Okay.
investigation check to try and find any evidence of what might have happened?
Sure.
Were they on shift last night? Like
21.
Sure. Yep.
They were on deck last night.
Yeah.
Okay.
21.
21.
She saw like a few like drops of blood on the deck. Like for whatever reason, like these couple of drops like either got stepped on or boot or something, but didn't get like just washed off with the ocean water. Just very, very faint discoloration.
Is it in the same place? Does it lead somewhere?
It's like 3 drops.
Right near the end.
Right near the edge of the boat, yeah.
Near the railing.
Mhm.
All right. Well, we'll point those out to Wedlan.
And yeah, she's not happy.
No.
And she's just like, something's up.
Might want to double the guard on the night shift.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to.
I've also had a bad feeling that I've been watched for the past 2 days.
Is there a crow's nest?
There is.
Is there anybody up in it right now?
No, right now.
You want to go check it out?
Yeah, come on, kid. Let's go.
You guys get up to the crow's nest.
All right.
Anything
You're
up there
like-
suspicious like? Peek
Yeah.
heads over. Ooh.
Yeah. There is a body.
Oh, fuck.
Part of a body, anyway.
Ooh.
Which part?
Blake.
Just the butt.
Oh,
Yep, just the butt. No. It looks like the majority. You don't see a head. It's like the majority of the torso and the body, but it's all kind of just like in a glump.
no. Oh, not a glump.
Yep.
I got my first glump of blood still.
Ugh.
As a souvenir from
Don't like
being
that.
glumpy.
Don't like that.
Captain,
And she's like, yes.
I found your crew member.
And she's like, I'll bring him down.
Oh, okay.
Prestidigitate.
Well, okay, thank you.
So it's not as gross.
You lay it out, and you notice that the head is gone. You also notice,
puns.
so is the spinal column.
Oh.
Oh,
Ugh.
shit.
It was deboned like a fish.
No, the rest of the bones are there.
Well, I mean,
But the
you
head
pull
and the
spine
spine
part
goes
out. Yeah.
right down the back.
Mm-hmm.
Have I ever heard of anything like this?
Have any of us?
You can make me a history check.
All right.
Should.
Wait. +4.
13.
Can the rest of us check? Would any of us have?
Sure,
it?
yeah, why not?
I have a bad feeling about this.
19.
19.
12.
No, none of you have ever heard of anything like this.
Okay.
Huh.
Well,
This is disconcerting.
let's look through the ship. Oh, we'll look as best as we can.
Question.
If only one of us could see invisible things.
The monocle thing that I have?
Mm-hmm.
What?
That it would have been if you
Oh,
had
if I had
Dragonborn,
Dragonborn.
Yeah.
you would have blindsight, I think.
Yep, you would have.
Well.
Wait, so when? How come the?
Dragonborn don't know.
They're not that kind of dragonborn. She has breath weapon.
Which is
Then there's no Dragonborn on the ship that have it? Okay, so my
There's-
question was, does my
there's
little
one.
monocle thing,
And he's on a heap on the floor.
my little monocle thingy,
oh.
does it pick up on invisible things?
Mm-mm.
Like, it's still invisible, but like a number appears?
No, it doesn't.
That'd be nice. But
That would be so nice.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
So the
Uh,
only person who might have been able to see invisible things got murdered
Correct.
Right away.
right off the bat. Not good. Bad, in fact.
Bad.
Right.
Pretty bad.
All right. And the ship's pretty small.
It's it's smallish. I mean, it's got enough room for the 4 of you plus Ted Cooper plus Wedlan and maybe a crew of like 5 to 10.
Okay.
Now, 1
How much
4 to
flour you
9.
got?
How much flour? Oh,
I got a bunch of flour.
Somebody learned.
From the sand. Look at you, buddy.
Pour it all out.
Yep.
Oh,
I
Look at that. Coming back full circle.
There you
The
go.
time he almost got murdered.
I think we should.
Well, never mind. Taking me back. You're back. You don't even know what I'm talking about. Come on.
I remember.
Yeah, you both remember. Everybody remembers except for you. Never mind.
Oh.
What?
Don't rob anything.
No, that wasn't the.
A different time.
No, you're on the right track, but
I was just going for the naked truth there.
Alright.
Found it. I think until we figure out what this is, no one should be left alone. Pair up.
No, it should
Yeah.
not be left alone.
I think that makes sense. I guess we should take some guard duty.
Fine. No, that's a good idea. I don't know why I was being so dismissive.
All right.
You deserve better than that.
I think I'm going to spend time resting during the day so that I can stay up all night.
okay. You guys know you should be in port tomorrow.
All right. So I'm gonna rest. I'm gonna go to bed now so that tonight I
Actually,
can be up.
since you and I can see in the dark, we'll team up. I'll rest during the day also, so we can keep
Check it
watch
out
at
at night.
night.
Perfect.
Since you guys can't, why don't you keep an eye out during the day?
Cool.
All right. Well, I think that's going to be a good point to end for tonight.
Alright.
So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to throw out our 2 sponsors in Elderwood Academy and Initiative Coffee Company.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Also, hi Brian. Thank you for stopping into the chat if you're still here. From Initiative Coffee Company, a big fan of Dragonborn from 3.5 as
Nice.
well. So you have great taste. I will also throw out, again, if you don't know, we do have a giveaway going right now to win the collector's edition, or not the collector's, I guess it is technically a collector's edition, but the hobby store exclusive cover.
On your right.
Oh, thank you. The hobby store exclusive cover of Ghosts of Saltmarsh, as well as one of the regular copies. All you gotta do is here follow us on Twitch to enter, and do a whole bunch of other stuff to get bonus entries, and then first prize gets this and 7 dice, second prize gets this and 7 dice, and third prize just gets 7 dice. It goes till the 16th at 11:59 p.m., at which point I will draw a winner for all 3, email you, and you have a couple days to respond. If not, I will choose a new winner.
'Cause that happens.
It does. It has happened in the past. I've had to go 3 people down the chain to finally get someone to respond.
Yep.
Again, be on the lookout for next week. I will be launching a secondary YouTube channel. It technically exists right now. No, we're not. None of us are going to Origins, unfortunately. I wish I could, but I've already booked to go to Gen Con, and considering I have a 2-year-old and my wife is pregnant, will be due right after I get back from Gen Con. I got Gen Con and PAX Unplugged, so I skipped out on Origins.
You did most of what you could.
I did just about all that I could do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be launching. It's technically live right now. You can go there, but there's not really anything there. A secondary YouTube channel called Nerd Immersion Plays, and that will be the home of all of these videos. The gameplay videos going forward will be all housed there. So if you want to see product reviews, It Builds character, Unearthed Arcana reviews, convention interviews, any of that kind of stuff, that'll be housed on the main channel. And those of you that are, so if you're just there for that, you can go to that place to get it. And if you're just here to watch us play through games, that will be housed on Nerd Immersion Plays. And we're going to do recap episodes, recap videos covering all the ongoing campaigns. So this Evil Game and Rise of Tiamat will have short recap videos to catch you up to speed to where the live episodes go going forward. So if you want to speed catch up and then be watching live, you can do that. And then we'll also be doing short intro videos linking you to playlists of all of our other campaigns to give you like a 5-minute synopsis of here's this campaign, here's what our version was like, what's cool about it, you should check it out, and then a link to that as well. And it sounds like, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, that this is probably the 3rd or 4th week in a row with this upgraded audio settings and setup, and it seems like things sound very well. Nobody's had any complaints about us peeking out the mic, quality being pretty good. If that's
Yes,
true,
very reasonable.
we may start releasing these in podcast form. Again, the recaps that we're doing also in podcast form, and then the full-blown episodes, since the audio equipment was upgraded, added in podcast form as well for those of you who enjoy that.
It'll be less pretty, but
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'll have to do a little editing to cut some stuff out in the background. Because, all the dead air. I do like to give myself more work. I really should not, but...
you can't help it.
But in the meantime, if you like to if listening to this is something that you would prefer over watching the video, something you would want to do in the car, on the Twitch playback app on your phone, there is an option for audio only.
Yeah, that's true.
So you can just, until we get the editing done and start doing that, if that's an option, if that's something you want to do, that's a way to do it in kind of like a quick and dirty way.
Yeah, also if you have YouTube Premium, if you pay for YouTube Premium, that also gives you the ability to, download episodes to watch them offline. But also if you're listening to an episode and you turn your phone's screen off, it will continue to play.
Which is always a problem.
So you can do that. So if you turn your screen off, you can continue to listen with your phone in your pocket, your screen off, not wasting your battery, but still get the audio that way as well.
Badass.
Cool.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you next week, where maybe we figure out what's killing people on the boat, and they may get to DiTherr, the city that's built after Jake.
Yeah.
God, I hope so.
Everybody's hyped up on coffee.
See, but this is going to be my struggle because Sean, the player, wants to spend some time in DiTherr, see what it's up. I've been there before, but still. But Rev, the character, wants to visit a shop, if even that many, and go to the swamp.
Don't forget the donuts,
I'll have to get-
says Chet.
Yeah, that's Celine's job. Rick's gonna at least need to get more flour.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, and Rev's going to see if he can get some kind of spell storing capability.
Definitely gonna try
Smart.
and get a +1 shield.
Trying to put a... Well, you and Rev could talk.
I don't know if there's a...
We'll see. We'll get to it next week.
Yep. So,
All right.
Thanks, guys. We'll catch you next week.
Yup.
Bye, Internet.
Goodbye, Internet.